can't really blame that on OConnect, and nor would we. I think that might have had something to do with the fine folks at Restream, but that's okay. We're here, you're here, we're all here. The gang is all here. There's how many? 25? That's okay. There's 25 here. Now, we are live streaming. Compliments of Mr. Mafar. We are on OConnect, and we're going to go strictly to OConnect after about 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes after we do a little bit of talking and a little bit of squawking. And then we'll go over to OConnect only. Now, how do you get into the OES if you're not there yet? Well, glad you asked. All you got to do is go to the domain, our domain, which is RobLynnLive.ai. Ooh, that sounded pretty good. I like that. So all you got to do is you can either scan the QR code, which you'll see a little bit later, or at the moment you go to RobLynnLive.ai. Click on that, or click on that bad boy on that domain. Oh, you want to scan it instead of click?
Oh, the QR code is scanned. Sorry, I just said the QR code.
Better to click on it.
The domain, you have to go to the domain and then
click.
The QR,
clickety click.
QR code, you have to scan it.
All right. Well, I'm glad that's out of the woodwork. And so if you want to hop on board, that's cool. All you got to do, and it's easy peasy and no sneezy. All you have to do is go to RobLynnLive.ai. Click on that on the domain, and up pops the registration form. Fill it out, get yourself an old mail and a password, and away you go. Away you go, and you'll have the likes of ONPASSIVE's O-Net, O-Trim, O-Mail. And in O-Mail, you can send a video mail. But where else? And in O-Trim, you can trim up a URL. Very expensive on other platforms. Free right here. And in O-Net, it's fast becoming the place to go to form a club, have a blog, post something, post a video, post a statement, post anything you want, flowers, you name it. You can do it right here. So that's all we're going to say about the domain for now. Before we say a few hellos, we'd like to let everybody know that, we're not going to let them know. Do you, RobLynnLive? I say it again. Do you, RobLynnLive? Do I sound like I'm preaching? Yes, I am. I am. Do you, RobLynnLive? Now, Reverend Greg Hill taught me that and told me to fire it up. So I fired that bad boy up. All right. So all you RobLynnLivers who are here, that's cool beans. We appreciate it. This is day 133. In year 2, we're in our second year, 133 consecutive RobLynnLives, and just about as many straight talks with Rob and Lynn and Ali.
The Wonder Dog.
Choo-hoo-hoo! 498 straight shows right here, right now. Nowhere else. 498. We fought through COVID. We fought through runny noses. We fought through diarrhea. We fought through high blood pressure, low blood, blah, blah, blah. It didn't matter.
Swollen ankles.
We were here. Oh, man. Don't even talk about swollen ankles. My ankles are reducing in size to near normalcy now. Thank goodness. All right. Let's talk a little about today, shall we? Why not? 10 a.m. we had Marty and Chris. They did a recap. Fairly short one. And then at 11 a.m. along came Redfern with his OP360 recap. And then at 12 p.m., oh yeah, without fail, Straight Talk with RobLynnLive. And that was Straight Talk. We gave you some updates a little bit. We talked a little bit about some things that are happening. And we asked for prayers for Ash, as we will tonight. 8 p.m. Oh, yeah, you're here. You're right here, right now, in the right place for all the right reasons. And we are recording this, by the way. 8 p.m. It's just on the eastern side of 8. I can't see it. It looks like
Okay.
8:09. Not too shabby.
Yeah.
You've got RobLynnLive and Ollie.
The Wonder Dog.
Oh, yes, Ollie's here tonight. He's actually taking a snoozer.
And we let him sleep because lately he's been barking during our lives. He has a new habit of barking. So it's like, uh-oh. So have you heard the expression, let sleeping dogs lie? In this case, yes, we want sleeping dogs to just leave them alone and let them sleep.
Well, we're going to the vet tomorrow, Ollie and myself. I hope you'll go along, but we don't know yet. It's a 10 o'clock appointment, and we're going to get him all fixed up with his allergies and get him a shot or two, probably 2. And we're going to find out what's going on with his leg. It's much improved. Thank you for all your prayers.
Thank you for the prayers.
And all your love and light that you sent Ollie's way. He is doing remarkably well. He runs to go to the bathroom on his little pee pad. Runs. I mean, when I say run, I'm talking right over there. And you can hear his heels just a-clicking as he gets right over and to the pee-pee pad. So that's good stuff. But we want to know what's going on with that leg. Not going to x-ray it. To me, it feels like it's some kind of a pull, or might even be a tear, but I would say it's a pulled muscle when he squatted, when he slipped, and his leg went out from under him. So thank you for the prayers there. All right. Please pray for Ash and his lovely wife, Ashmahan, and their 2 handsome young men, Omar, the author, and Yusuf, the astronaut. Oh, yeah. As well as the tech, media, and support teams around the globe for their good health and safety. All right. Now, while we're at it, let's also send our love, light, and prayers out to anyone who's ill or injured for a complete and rapid recovery.
Yes, definitely.
I'm going to take a swig. I'll be right back with you. Before we get into announcements, we're going to say a few hellos.
All right. Let us go to the chat in OConnect. Those of you who are with us on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, just to let you know, we're saying hi to those that are in the actual OConnect webinar. We've got 31 of you here tonight, and hopefully more as time goes on. I'm quite sure we will have more. We want to say hi to Sadananda there in India. Hello to Felice, Felice Marcus. Thy name? Felice.
Felice.
Welcome. And hello to Frank Rowe.
Frank Rowe, first boy in the house. Front and center, Frank.
Isabel Bailey is here.
Isabel, all right. And John Badilla, John Barilla, the Tin Man. I think everyone here on OConnect is a RobLynnLiver. I wouldn't doubt that for a minute, right?
RobLynnLive right now.
Right now.
All right. We have Irena Stixala, of course. She's here with us every night. And we want to say hello to Ayansha Verma,
who says it's the sound is not good. Yeah.
Oh.
Let us know what everybody else thinks of the sound, and we might have our friend there.
That is Isabel. Remember the person
at the top is
speaking. Isabel said the sound's not good. And Isabel Bailey says, yes, we do, meaning yes, we RobLynnLive.
Oh, we do.
And hello to Assad Majid. We're so happy that you're here with us tonight. Thank you.
He's breaking out the broom. Zoom is getting the broom.
Broom. And we have Elizabeth Simmons here with us tonight. Thank you for coming, Elizabeth.
All right. Elizabeth in the house. And Sharon Koo is here. Good evening. Sending love from sunny Singapore.
Yes, I am. Meaning I am
she's a RobLynnLiver from way back.
Mm-hmm. And hello to Delisa Christie. She's going to be doing our RobLynnLive contest for us tonight.
That should be fun. Thank you,
for
Delisa.
volunteering to pick.
Delisa is back from her trip out west to see her family. That's nice over the holidays.
And I forgot to post the link in the back office. That happens now that we're doing 2 shows, I remember in my mind that I posted in the back office, not remembering that it was the noon show, Straight Talk, that I posted and not the night show. That tends to happen with me. So I can still go ahead and post it. Thank you for letting us know, Frank. Appreciate it. While he continues, I can always post it. Chris Tiazan says, oh, on OConnect, attendees webinar view, the webinar layout automatically minimizes during a video or presentation sharing. When, in other words, when you're sharing an image, PDF, or Word, etc. So all you have to do at that point is click or tap the sound icon to enable the sound. And that button is located in the bottom left corner of the minimized speaker layout. So look for that button, okay? And Frank said he got the link from YouTube. Oh, good. Very resourceful of you. It's
Good
also
stuff.
in the messenger group that you're in now. Remember, you're in the RobLynnLive messenger group, and the link is there.
And what's that phrase that pays? It's RobLynnLive.ai.
That's right.
That's our domain. Now, if you look for RobLynnLive in YouTube, guess who comes up first almost every time? We are on the front page. That was a lot of hard work on Lynn's part over the last 3 years, but she's gotten to where she's just about at the tippy top. And that's good stuff. So we're proud of what Lynn has accomplished for
Oh, and
sure.
with the help of others too. Everybody who uses the hashtag RobLynnLive helps that happen as well. It's a group effort, you know.
All right.
And hello to Dawn Swihart. She says, we're RobLynnLive.
Eep, doggies. All right. Let's see who else is here. Frank Rowe again saying hello. And Sarananda's here. Frank again. Look at all the RobLynn livers.
Mark Jameson says, hello, Felice. Are you deaf, Mark? Mark, are you deaf? And we got, who else? Jillian's in the house.
Jillian is from, she's from Australia, is that right?
Yes.
All right.
And Zig Bodie Daboni's here.
Woo,
one of our
doggies.
regulars.
Yes, she is.
Thank you. Appreciate you. And we got, let me scroll down a bit. Carmela's in the house.
Carmela Schwartz in the house.
Hi,
All right.
Carmela. Delissa says her sound is good. Well, that's good to know.
Good. And Elizabeth is saying, where's Ollie?
She says, hello, Rob and Lynn. Where is Ollie? He's sleeping now. He's kind of tired. He's asleep.
We went for a ride.
He went for a ride in the car with us, but he might wake up later. So we'll see, okay? And it is good now, John Barilla says, meaning the sound is good?
Well, that's good to hear. Very, 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 very good.
All right. Oh, Greg Lakin's here. He says, I hear you loud and clear.
All right, Greg Lakin in the house. YouTube sounds cracky.
Yeah.
Don't know why. We were told that, so thank you for that.
Happy to be.
Assad is here.
Says, happy to be here. Thank you. Okay, who else? It is just fine. Only during the theme song, it was a bit choppy, but it played smooth the last time through.
All right.
Good to know.
And there's Pat Green saying hello, Lynn, Rob, Ollie, and everybody else. That's Dorothy from Kansas.
Yes.
And here we have Mr. Armin Hoog. Another great shoe, really great shoe. Thanks for the link to OConnect. And hello, Rob and Lynn. And Ollie the Wonder Dog. The sound is on my 14 Pro Max. Is a little statically, but that is YouTube, but not on my laptop on OConnect.
Yay, that's good to hear.
So the place to be is on OConnect if you can.
All right. And Brenda Ross is here. She says, I got the link from YouTube. Thank you, Lynn. Well, thank you to Michael Chata for posting the link to OConnect in the YouTube. And also remember, we have a special messenger group for our RobLynnLive show. We put the links there and we chat there. We also have a WhatsApp group. So if you want to be in any of those things, just reach out to us and we will make that happen for you. OConnect is okay, but YouTube sucks with static sound, says Armand.
Thank you for that, Armand. We interrupt this program to bring you a disclaimer. That was strictly Armand's opinion.
And Hello to Elizabeth Bade. How are you, Elizabeth?
Elizabeth, we're
She
glad
says, my
you're here.
network is not good, going in and out, looping, but I'll stay on. Thank you for hanging in there with us. Appreciate you for doing that. And who else is here? I went up 5 minutes, so now I'm at the 2-minute mark.
Well, that's not too shabby.
Mm-mm.
We've got some announcements we're going to make, but prior to that,
Musku Sandeep from
okay,
India.
from India, all right.
Cynthia Deering, hi.
In the house, as is Cecil Weir.
Cecil Weir. Cecil Weir is here. Hello. And who else we got? Did I catch everybody? Charmaine.
Charmaine in the house, C2. We're going to show the background in just a moment.
She is our graphic artist. She produces all of our
visuals.
RobLynnLive contest visuals for us. Thank you so much for doing that.
They are the bomb, I might add.
They are really good, and it takes a lot of work to create them, so we appreciate it. Oh, it says we are restricted from texting on YouTube as it's marked made for kids. Oh, right now you can't text in the chat?
Should be able to.
Everybody can't oh yeah, it's up. The people are chatting, so it's okay, Armin. The live chat is working in YouTube right now. All right. I think the chat doesn't scroll down by itself. I have to scroll down myself. I'm sure they will fix this eventually. Yeah, you have to manually scroll. That's true. That's true.
And Michelle Weaver.
Hi.
Happy Thursday, RobLynnLive and ONPASSIVE family around the globe from sunny South Carolina.
And
a little cool there right now.
Yeah. Olasumbo Kuye, hi. How are you? She says, love you. Great global family.
Thank you, Olasumbo.
I'm almost at the. Okay, now I'm going to open it up and see if anybody else.
All right. And then we'll get on with it.
I think we're good as far as saying hello to folks.
Well, all right. All right. It's now time to show the Where Ollie Boy Is. We'll get that contest kicked off in just a moment.
All right. He sounds good. And I'll be sure to post in the back office.
Yes, you will. All right. We're going to upload the image, and here it is.
Enjoy. Take it all in.
Ooh, look at that fruit. Ooh, doggies out in some coconut. Ooh.
Yum, yum. And where is that?
Where, oh, where could Ollie Boy be? Oh, where could he be?
He is somewhere.
Somewhere over the rainbow. We don't know.
It looks like mango, maybe.
Ooh, could be mango.
Your side is mango. My side is different fruits, I think. Not only mango. Might not even be mango. Could be something else. Could be cheese. Right? Cheese chunks.
Cheese.
Hard to tell. Ollie is looking at us. You see his eyes?
Oh, yeah, he's scoping it out. All right, everybody, you've seen the background. It's time for Grandma Bobby's cowbell, the proverbial cowbell. Let me know when everybody's ready. We're ready. So we're going to ring the cowbell, if we may, and let the guesses begin.
And I'm going to do this. All right.
Grandma Bobby's cowbell authentically rang here, right here.
So people can start guessing.
Let's have some guesses. Let's go, kids. We want to know where Ollie is. We want to know where Ollie is. Where are you, Ollie?
Okay, the chat is open, so let's see. Let me just open it up just to make sure.
Okay.
Go. Okay. Good thing we did that. It wasn't moving. You notice?
Yes.
All right, let's look and see who is the first to guess. Okay, the first to guess. I'm scrolling up a bit. All right, here we go.
Okay, this is Frank Rose says he's guessing Busan in South Korea. Good guess, buddy. And moving along, we have Irina Stek Sala who's saying the same thing. she says, could it be Busan, South Korea? And let's see who else knows. And Pat Green, oh, Pat, Hawaii. She says Hawaii. All right, we've taken all guesses. And let's see, that was Frank Rowe. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, and here's John Barilla. And Mr. Buddy says South Korea. A little bird told me his evil twin did. Carmela Schwartz says it's got to be Portugal. And Brenda Ross says India. Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? And then we've got Melanie Marcano saying South Korea. Assad is saying that looks like somewhere in South America. And Frank Rowe is saying it could be South Korea. All right. Looks like the Caribbean as well, according to Mel Mel. And there's Jillian, and I think I've come to the bottom.
And then you click the lock again, open.
All right. So we've got a guess of Brazil. Could it be Brazil, folks? It could be. Let's see what else we got. That was from Dawn Swihart. Could it be Brazil? Yeah, I'm listening. I didn't think we could go. Sorry. Looks like Caracas, Venezuela. See, I thought the chat had already come to the bottom. Okie dokie. And Jillian says South America. And Dawn Swihart says Brazil. I guess I was scrolling the wrong way. Portugal Library is famous, according to Sadananda. Looks like the Caribbean, according to Mel Mel. And there's Frank again with his South Korea. Korea. Okay, well, I'm at the bottom here with Jillian. Do you think that's it on guesses, or should we give it a minute?
I would close it and open it just to make sure, because I noticed it wasn't pulling up the new stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's safer to close and open. Just see if did it make a difference?
No. Still the same old Cynthia at the bottom, I believe. I'm going to check right now. Oh, no. A couple other people, but no guesses. That Cynthia Deering says it looks like Caracas, Venezuela. Venezuela. Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? All right. And I'm at the bottom, and I don't have any more guesses.
Oh, okay.
Should that wrap it up?
You can.
All righty. I think it's time to wrap it up. So for the moment, we'll move the chat over here, and we'll move the prompter back over here, and we'll get rid of the background, and we're going to bring in Delisa. Oh, she's going to bring herself in.
And remember,
I should have known that.
You got to end the live stream. Do the countdown.
I'm going to end the live stream as we speak. No, well, not until we have the... Oh, no, we have the guesses. Oh, it's time to end the live stream. All right. Here we go, Chris. Here we go. In 3, in 2, in 1. Take it away, OConnect. Bye-bye. Restream. All right, all right, all right. Here we are. Lynn and I are here with the lovely Miss Christy, and she's going to help us out tonight on the Where's Ollie Boy contest, which we appreciate very much.
Oh, got to unmute.
Unmute, please.
Oh, wait, we got to do the master unmute. Look.
OP friends.
Oh, master unmute.
Oh, master unmute.
Okay,
Oh, how about now? I think we got it.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Welcome back to Florida. That looks like the Florida digs, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
When you moving out west?
Oh, I'm not.
Okay.
But I did get to see my daughter's baby bump.
Oh,
nice.
That's really?
Yes, yes.
How's that bump coming along? How many weeks is she?
Well, I know she's 5 months.
Oh, so there's a bump there.
There's a bump there.
And there's a heartbeat, and there's some feet kicking already. That's good stuff.
There is, yes. Baby's healthy, and mama's healthy, so and it's a baby boy.
And this is for first time you're going to be a grandma?
First time.
That's always the most exciting.
Grandma.
She said it's a one and done. Axel, you have to wait. Axel's dying to get up here. You got to wait. We're doing a contest.
Oh.
You see Ollie in a minute. See, Ollie had a birthday and I missed it.
Now,
Okay.
did the doggies go with you or no?
Oh no. So he's trying to get in here. You hear Rob's voice? I hear Rob's voice. In a minute, okay? Okay. So let's get back to the contest. It's great to be back. So Ollie took a short stroll to Gamechon Culture Village, located in Busan, South Korea. For those of you that guessed correctly, Gamechon Culture Village is formed by colorful houses built in a staircase fashion on the foothills of the coastal mountain, earning this village the nickname Machu Picchu of Busan. There are plenty of things to do here. Step off the beaten path and explore. Discover hidden gems and secret locations. Admire the street art. Go shop at the many cute souvenir shops. Taste the street food. Enjoy the view. And take plenty of snapshots, of course. The pastel colored houses are creative. They have a creative vibe, and the countless cafes make Gamechon one of the most intriguing and fascinating places to explore in Busan. Good choice, Ollie Wonder Dog. Busan just happens to be a large port city in South Korea. And for those of you wondering what RobLynn and Ollie Boy are enjoying, they are enjoying a heaping serving of bingsu. Bingsu, just to give you a little bit of information about this lovely dessert, it's the name for Korean shaved ice dessert.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now we're talking. So traditional varieties come topped with red beans, rice cakes, and nut shavings, while modern ones can include everything from chocolate and sweetened condensed milk to matcha and chocolate flavors. I think I'd go with the modern. I don't know about y'all. Currently, fruit varieties are especially popular, and that's why all three of them are helping themselves to a generous heaping of mango bingsu. Lynn's even having a mini macaron. You have bingsu with coffee, tea, or yogurt.
Yeah, that sounds like Uncle Clay's in Honolulu. He's got all those ingredients there. The mochi balls. Ooh, that is good.
It is.
That is good.
Are we ready for the winners?
We are, if you are.
I'm ready. If I missed anybody, just let me know. So Frank was the first boy, and the first girl is Irina. Congratulations. And Pam G, John, Assad, Jillian, and Melanie.
Wow.
And of course, anyone that made a guess, we're super happy about that because you're all winners.
That's what I like to hear. We're all winners. We got to see the puppies before we go now.
Oh.
So Annabelle was here last night, but she had to go back to work.
Oh, I
Can you
see.
say hi? Say, I've been waiting.
Oh,
Can you say hi?
he's actually looking at us. You think he's actually looking?
Oh, he's definitely looking. He's very smart.
Is that Axel?
That's Axel. Let's see if
Axel,
I
what's happening, dude?
Hi, Axel.
Axel, what's happening, dude?
He's very attentive, actually.
Oh, he's listening. He's very attentive. He knows who you are.
Oh, really? That's amazing.
Wave hi. Say, my sister's not here. She's working.
Oh, hi, sweetie pie.
Say hi. Say, tell Ollie we hope he feels better and happy birthday. Celebrate all month long.
All right, we're going to do that. Thank you, Axel. Thank you, Mr. Lisa.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you very much. All right, let's see what else we can kind of trouble we can get into here tonight. Oh, I think it may be time for the topic. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Woo! All right, let's get on with the announcements first. And you've heard some of these before, but I'll embellish a little on them, and we'll maybe talk a little bit about them as we go. Migration without hesitation. You know what you have to do. We don't have to keep telling you, but we're going to keep telling you till everybody who wants to be migrated is migrated and part of the OES system. Check out the ONPASSIVE YouTube channel. You'll be glad you did. There's all sorts of things being posted almost daily there. Check out Mohammed Nazal Kamal. No, forget that. Just make it Mohammed William Nazal. Whew, I'm all messed up tonight. Sorry, Mr. Kamal. Mr. Nazal does a blog and does commenting and videos. All right, all right, all right. Okay, I see Jean Oliva there. She says she's hopping somewhere. I didn't see where that was.
Let's see.
Hopping from, not sure.
Hi, all. Hopping over from YouTube.
Oh, from YouTube. Of course she is. How could I not know that? YT is YouTube. All right. Thank you very much for doing that, Gene. All right. Sign into your OES and check out your profile. Why? Because you may still be listed in the Vatican City. Your phone number may be inaccurate. And when we're going to go to O-Verify, we'd like these things to be accurate. So check it out. You can check into OES, check the ticker out, check the back office out, and check both profiles. One could say one thing, the other could say another. Let's get it all lined up so we don't have any issues. Hop on an OConnect just like we're doing tonight. Either solo, you can do one yourself as a host, as a co-host, as a second host, as a speaker, as a panelist or attendee. Remember, you have to be learning to be earning. So there you go. And that's an OConnect. Boom, baby, kaboom. Know of someone who may need help? You know the drill. I don't have to keep pounding on this, but I'm going to. Remember, helping one helps us all. I've tried to get to just about everybody we have emails from. I think we've got a couple straggling ones out there. We got a couple we put into the with a ticket, and the answers from the corporate customer service or customer, what is it now called?
Customer Success Department, CSD.
Whew. Okay, well, two of them I have to go back to them on because it didn't make sense what the answers were, but we'll keep working on it.
We'll work on it.
There's time. Check out your alternate emails. Why? Okay, let's say you've got a Yahoo account. You haven't used it in 2 years since you've been with ONPASSIVE. Well, they may have made it inactive. You don't want it to be inactive because once it goes inactive, poof, it's gone. And for now, Ash has said that O-Verify is going to go strictly through the alternate emails. Now, that could change. We don't know, but be prepared. Being prepared, forearmed is forewarned. So you guys know what you need to do. All right. If you know of someone who needs help, you know the drill there. Helping. Look at this haircut. Ooh-wee. Look at that. Off the ears and straight across the back. Ooh, I'm impressed. All right. If I didn't wear a hat, you'd think I'd had a haircut. All right. So, and if you know of someone who needs help, please help them. Please. Helping one helps us all. Check out your alternate emails. As we talked about, attend webinars and chats, time permitting. And could we have an upscope? Upscope. And attend webinars and chats, time permitting. Hey, you've got your choice. You don't have to come to RobLynnLive. You don't have to go to XYZ. You don't have to go to far off in India, or you don't have to go to the Philippines. Just pick what you like and what makes sense to you. But just make sure you're getting the whole the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Because we're at the point now where we don't need any fabrications. We don't need any exaggerations along with fabrications. So we need the straight scoop. All right. Tonight's topic. Now, we're going to have a disclaimer here. I am not, Lynn is not, we are not tax experts. However, we've both had our own businesses and we both had to plan ahead for taxes. So we're going to present some ideas. That's all, just ideas. And if it gives you food for thought while you're waiting for the next week or 2 or 3 for the apples to come barreling down the trail at you, that's cool. Just be ready. Be ready. Think about some of these things we're going to talk about, okay? And we're not here to browbeat you. We're not here to say you got to do this, you got to do that. But you need to listen up here now because we're going to tell you some good ideas, all right? And what we think are good ideas. So, and our disclaimer is that we are not tax professionals. Neither one of us is an attorney, thank goodness. Neither one of us is a doctor, so we can't even prescribe pills for you if you get a headache from being here tonight. So that all being said, let's move along. As Ayush says, moving on. Moving on. We at RobLynnLive state the following as a disclaimer, which I paraphrase, but I'd like to read it. To our professionalism as regards tax planning and financial matters within the different governments, we say we ain't got it. We are here only to mention guidelines in getting prepared for what's coming financially. Ash has told us what to expect, and we really need to be thinking about these things, because you don't earn apples and not pay any taxes. It doesn't matter pretty much what country you're in. So it's important to listen up here and plan ahead. All right. Our recommendations are to seek sound professional advice. Okay? That's numero uno. Get that advice from financial planners who are certified. Don't just go out there and some insurance agent's going to tell you all about finance and accounting. Get yourself a certified financial planner. Tax attorneys, they're certified, obviously. CPAs, certified public accountants, are good sources of information, and they can swing a mean pencil at times. So it's good to have them in your court. Now, just because so-and-so says, well, this and that about taxes, don't worry about it. Pay it at year end. Do this, do that. No, you don't have to. Don't set up a separate account for taxes. Put that to the side, okay? Do what you feel is best. Ask for professional advice from a CPA, certified public accountant, or ask for some advice from an attorney, tax attorney, or regular attorney, and people you know who've been in business for a long time, not somebody that just started a business today and he really knows less than you know, or she knows
that's
less.
Dangerous too.
Very dangerous. So understanding tax laws. You don't have to be a tax expert, but you need to know the basics. There's nothing wrong with being informed of the basics. Tax laws are constantly changing, and those of you, Pedro Estrada can tell you, as being an accountant in the public sector, things change, and they change on a daily basis. The tax codes around the world, they're always changing, so be aware of the updates. Even if you don't know the code, which I don't know what the tax regulation code is, know that there's an update. Know you have to read the update or have your CPA or your attorney read the update, because different countries have different regulations, and it's always, 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 we recommend consult the pros in the various fields. You can't miss. You can't go wrong by consulting people that do it for a living.
Don't try to cut corners. Don't try to save money when it comes to this.
Now is not the time to save $5 and it costs you $300 and tax penalties and interest. I've been down that road when I thought I was Mr. Smarty Pants. The next thing I know, I'm paying $400 in interest and $280 in penalties. Don't you do it. Ooh. Income management. This is an important one. Don't just have all the income coming in and spend it all. You got to set aside some for the rainy day. Okay? It's always best, or at least in most circumstances, to spread the income over several years. That's one of the nice things about the tax code in the different countries. You don't have to take all the income in one year. So listen to your CPA, listen to your tax attorney, listen to your financial planner, and don't listen to Robert Gorman, because I'm not a professional. But just take heed with these valuable points that we're trying to make tonight. When it's time to secure retirement plans, jump on it. You're going to need a retirement plan. Always leverage tax advantaged accounts. In other words, if you can get a tax break on one account or the other, take it. You're going to need it. And as these apples come rolling down the trail and run you over and knock your cart over, you need to be ready. Forearmed is forewarned. Always leverage those accounts, such as retirement plans, health savings accounts, which are kind of new, and 529 plans that reduce tax liability.
Mhm.
So hop on all this.
That would be America, right?
That's in America, but there's regulations very similar in Singapore. There's very similar regulations in China and Russia and Germany and Switzerland and France and all parts of Europe and Mexico and Canada. So listen up, listen to the people that are trying to help you. Okay. Now, there's deductions and credit optimization. You must be aware of this stuff. Identify and maximize the eligible deductions. Don't put some hocus pocus stuff up there that Mabel down the street said, hey, I took this $1,900 credit. It wasn't in the code, but I got away with it. Well, you're not going to get away with it forever. Okay. So pay attention. Pay attention to mortgage interest, because if you're going to buy a building or you're going to buy a house, you want to pay attention to that. Student loan interest, medical expenses, and charitable contributions. The laws are changing in all countries around the world. And Gabriel's asking, who is interpreting for the deaf?
There's no interpreter.
But there is closed captioning if you go to Google Chrome, and you'll have closed captioning where you can read along with us. So there's no interpreter tonight.
Well, we won't have interpreters for
Right.
in the.
Right.
We don't have any interpreters. Let me type it.
All right. Oh, let's see. Deductions and credit optimization. Identify and maximize eligible deductions. Listen to your professionals. They'll tell you what's legitimate, what's not legitimate. And don't go against them. Do what they suggest. Pay attention to mortgage interest, student loan interest, which has an effect on everybody's budget, medical expenses, and charitable contributions. Some countries you can't even deduct a charitable contribution. So be mindful of the tax credits, including the child tax credit in the United States and I believe in Canada, the earned income tax credit, and educational related credits. Forewarned is forearmed. So just get after it, learn it, and pass it on to your fellow ONPASSIVians. And if you don't know what you're talking about, don't talk about it. And if they ask you a question, say, I really don't know. Let's research that and let's get the true answer of that ourselves. Good stuff. So, investment strategies. You're going to want to have a strategy when you have so much income coming in. And the tax implications of your investment decisions can be mind-boggling. So consider a tax-efficient investment strategy. In other words, don't go way out on a limb for some pie-in-the-sky thing that, deep down in your heart, you don't feel is going to materialize. And as regards tax planning, the use of IRAs and 401ks will reduce your taxes. And I've had them both. And yes, it did reduce my taxes. Good stuff. So listen to your financial guidance person. Business tax planning. Consider which form of your business you should take. Now, why do we say that? Well, you can be a corporation. You can be a sole proprietorship, which is one person. You can be a partnership, which is two or more people. You can be an LLC in the United States. It's something else in Canada, but it's the same thing. You can have multiple people in a limited liability corporation. You can have a subchapter S corporation. That's what Lynn and I have. And that's where all our monies will go into the corporation. And then we will invest as we see fit. We'll take out an income as we see fit. And we will protect ourselves with that corporate agreement. And here's the CEO of Lynn M. Nakamoto Financial Group right here. She's a CEO. Me, I'm a bookkeeper. That's all I am. All right. So plan ahead on taxes. Consider which form, as we mentioned. What's most advantageous for you? Are you better off as a subchapter S where you can take multiple deductions? Are you better off as an LLC because you're small and never going to get bigger? Or are you better off as a subchapter S, a regular corporation, or any other nomenclature you get from anywhere in the world? They're all very similar, but they have their rules, they have their regulations. Okay? Choose the one that is most advantageous for you. All right. Could we go up a little bit? I may be just about done. And here we go. Yep, a couple more. Estate planning. For those of you who wind up having a ton of apples coming your way, it's a good idea to plan your estate. In other words, plan ahead for what may or may not happen to you in the next 10 or 20 or 30 years. Being involved here, you can set up a trust to protect your family. You can gift money away, certain amounts in different parts of the world. You can utilize estate tax exemptions. There's a virtual plethora. Plethora. Not a plethora, a plethora of ways that you can work with the attorneys and CPAs to set yourself up just right. Timing of expenses. Now, here's another one. You don't have to declare every expense in every quarter. If, for example, you're in, let's say, France, and they allow you to spread out your deductions over a year or 2 years or 3 years, do it. Do it. Same thing with income. Just do it if it's allowed in your country. Once again, we're not telling you to do it. We're suggesting look into it. And we're at the foot of the mountain right now, and things are happening. I took a withdrawal the other day on my behalf, and everything went smooth. It says 10 to 15 working days, which puts it at a week from this coming Wednesday. Hey, I'm good with that. Just the idea we got that rolling again, it's killer. And tax compliance, please, please, please. Don't try to be Shifting Sandy here, and Shifting Sandy knows how to play with the numbers on the paperwork. Don't do that. Nobody wins. In fact, everybody loses who's involved with that. So listen to your professionals, get the proper assistance and proper advice before you make any unforced errors. It's like in tennis. You make an unforced error, it costs you the rest of the match. All right. Remember, please, and I've gone a little over, forgive me. We are one family. We're one team of professionals working consciously for us. Incredible hours these guys are putting in. And they are seeking through research and referrals the best advice. They do it for themselves, and they're recommending it for you. And we are one massive family. And finally, we're one on passive. So
Yes, we are.
that's a double W, as Andy would say. Are you a RobLynnLive? I say it again. Do you RobLynnLive? If you don't, can't help you there. Other than I can tell you to go to RobLynnLive.ai, and we'd appreciate that.
We want people to join our messenger group. We have a RobLynnLive chat there, and we put the link. As long as I remember, I need people to remind me. There's so many things to do when you're doing 2 lives a day. If I forget, somebody message me, say, Lynn, you got to post the link in the chat. But usually I post the Straight Talk and the evening show, RobLynnLive show, there in the messenger chat. We also post in the What's Up RobLynnLive group chat. We also post in my Facebook profile. I think I did that this time. Pretty sure I did. So you look for me, Lynn Mie Nakamoto, and you'll see my post right there. Where else do I post? Usually we post in the
Facebook groups,
RobLynnLive Facebook page. We post there as well. So it's just different ways of getting it. And of course, the back office, when I remember, I try to do a little bit better.
well, you're not fired yet. Close.
I need like an office assistant to remind me, an admin assistant.
Well, back to bus up here. I'm not going to put another hat on. That ain't happening.
That's why I don't want to ask you. So I need somebody to help me.
You need somebody pretty and young and smart.
Anybody want to volunteer to be my reminder? I would gladly accept that help.
She's a big tipper. Oh, yeah. She breaks out the quarters with the best of them. So. All right, we've got 67 of you here now, and we appreciate that.
Attendance went up because I posted at the back office. It helps.
Well, that's good. You're a posting fool. You were posting at 6 a.m. with the lights on. this morning. It's pitch black outside. I'm trying to sleep, and you've got the lights on and you're posting.
That's true.
So this is a 24-hour deal, and we're happy to be here. And we're even more happy or happier that you guys are here because you are why we're here.
All right.
And we mean that from our hearts.
Oh, we
for
got
sure.
some volunteers. Isabel says she can be my assistant. Yeah, she's good at telling me when I forget certain things. Anyway, Isabel naturally tells me. And John Burles says he will remind me too. Yay!
All right, that
Thank
takes care of
you.
that. I'm out of the woods on that one. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And Levi Mamabolo is showing his appreciation to you. He says, "Thank you for sharing this information, much needed."
Well, it's a tip of the iceberg. We just wanted to hit the highlights of what is all involved there, and it's complex, and we need professionals on our side. You know, you don't have to rush out. You know, you have $100 a month coming in. I think you can probably deal with the accounting on that yourself. But when it gets up to thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, oh,
Yeah, you want to have professional help.
you need professional help.
And
You need to get the right answers.
By then, you'll have lots of apples, and those apples can be used to hire the best people to advise you. So we're in good shape, all of us.
Right. Now I have an accounting background. I can do my own taxes, and in the past they were complex, but that's about it. When it comes to balance sheets and income statements, things like this, if you want to get a loan or whatever, and you need documentation, that's where the professionals come in, okay? Believe me. I've been down the road where I thought I was a little bit smarter than I am, and I got smacked on the wrist. And the flat tax will be the ideal, okay? If that does become something that happens, that is wonderful, where we'll all pay the same rate of tax. I believe that's what you're talking about, or up to a certain amount you'll pay and no more. And that's good. That's good. And there's Frank Rowe. He'll always be here to remind you too, Lynn.
Thank
if
you,
need
Frank.
be. Thank you, Frank. That's very kind of
He
you.
saved me before he goes, Lynn, you didn't post the back office. I go, ah! Then so I go and rush into it. So thank you, Frank. Appreciate it.
All right. So we've told you about today. We'll tell you a little about tomorrow is Friday. And I forget what we're calling tomorrow on Friday. Lynn may have it in her notes. And then we have a topic for tomorrow night. And wait till you hear this one. I think Lynn has it in her notes. So I'd like to preview you guys on that briefly, if I may.
Okay. So we have.
What's the name of Friday? The title.
Well, keep talking. I'll find it.
All right. I'll keep talking. Pedro Estrada comes into mind because we know in our community he has an accounting background. That's for sure. And he's going to be busy counting apples, but you never know. He may be there for some advice.
Fabulous Friday.
Oh, it's Fabulous Friday tomorrow. Woo! Who would have figured that?
The topic for our night show, our RobLynnLive show is
Dreaming Bigger.
That's a good topic.
Dreaming bigger. And Ash has said time and time again, you're not dreaming big enough. There's going to be 4 million people in OConnect before we know it. And there's going to be 10 million. There may be 1,500,000,000, whatever. You need to be ready for that. And Levi Martin, we're sorry that you're having some technical issues. Please drop by tomorrow. We'd love to see you again. David Pagot is here, and Dorothy, also known as Pat Green, is in the house. Thank you for being here. We're at 68, not too shabby tonight. Is that a 6 and an 8? 6 and a 6. All right.
And what we're going to do tonight, we're going to have community time as we always do, which will start shortly. But just so you guys know, if you're planning to leave, don't leave, because we have deaf friends here tonight, and we will be teaching some sign language. So just few signs, not like a full class.
You can't beat that.
It'll be fun to learn some American Sign Language, ASL. So stay for that. It will be fun to learn a new language.
All right, now let's talk about community time and how that's going to work. There is a button which you all should know about, especially if you're going to be a host at some point. It looks like there's 3 circles above this guy's ear. It's a guy or a lady, and you just click on that, and that opens up in the attendee list at the very bottom, right square in the middle, another little man with it looks like a megaphone tied to his ear. You click on him, and voila, it automatically posts right here on the front screen, and all Lynn has to do is click on your name, and you're in the panel within 3 seconds. That's the longest it's taken in the last
really
couple of days.
Very convenient.
Oh, it's beyond convenient. It's the bomb. And once again, thanks to the tech team.
And Chris Tiazan says, Pedro Estrada, he's one of our regulars on the panel, and he's on our Wednesday Q&A. Pedro Estrada is one that comes into my mind because we know in our community he has a CPA background. I just don't know if Pedro has tax planning experience. Well, we can find out. I'm sure within our founder and affiliate.
There are CPAs that have joined
sure.
and our affiliate. Yeah, no doubt about it. They're executive affiliates, whatever you want to call them, ONPASSIVians. True. Founding member affiliates, whatever you want to call it.
Lots of talent in this group.
There is talent in this group, a present company excluded, of course.
You're silly.
So anyway, I think it's time to go ahead and not unmute, but click open the attendee to panelist link, and we're going to do that right now.
So what we're going to do, even for Deaf 2, if I sent you the link, you can use the speaker link, but you can also just click on the speaker request icon. It's a person with some wavy lines around it. It will show up soon when I click on it, and then you can request to be a speaker, and that's an easy way of becoming a speaker. So we'll do that now.
All right, so it's unclicked.
All right, there it is.
Let's go to the attendees and let's take a peek at who wants to come on in. Well, there's already one up there.
Ooh, that was fast.
And that is one, John the Tin Man. JJB, Armin Hogue is second. They're already up. Wait a minute, that was less than 2 seconds, boys.
That's fast.
That was fast, John.
And we got 4 more requesting.
Good
got
stuff.
Cecil, and we have Melanie Marcano. We have Patricia Green. We have Greg Lakin.
Armin
we have
Hogue.
Carmela Schwartz. We have Jeremy Williams, and we have Mohammed Ashraf Ansari that just requested. So all of those people will pop up.
Wow. So already we've got 7 on the panel already. That was in less than 2 minutes.
And here's another request.
Thank you.
And that
Hey,
request is
Jeremy.
from Dawn. She wants to come in. As well as we've got Elizabeth Bade in Australia, hoping she can
From
come
Papua
in.
New Guinea originally.
Yes,
All right.
yes. And she always tries very
Cecil
hard
in
to
the
come
house. All right, Cecil.
Hi, Cecil. It's Cecil.
Cecil's got right. I know.
Hi
I know.
to
I
Jeremy
saw it.
Williams. Jeremy Williams.
Jeremy's in the house. Greg Lakin's in the house already. Carmela Schwartz. Dorothy from Kansas is here. And I'm out of the picture as usual. I'm proud. Oh, and I thought I was muted, but I'm not. Amazing.
No, not
Amazing.
muted.
So we got 66. We got 7 on the panel. Not too shabby, I would say.
And thank you to Michael Chata. He created that beautiful emoji for us. It says to be a panelist, click the speaker icon, speaker request icon. So that's the instructions for everyone to come in as a panelist. If I sent you the speaker link, you can use the speaker link also. So either way, whatever works for you.
However you want to come in, come on in.
Hi, Charlie Ellis.
Charles Ellis in the house from Mississippi. Charlie. Right. We're glad everybody's here. Felice Marcus is here. And yes, she is among the deaf community, and she's a wonderful lady.
Yes, Felice. I was asking Felice and Jeremy and whoever else to help teach some sign today. It'll be fun. Can't wait for that.
We like having a little fun when we can.
Yes, yes, yes.
Beats watching the news, I can tell you that right now.
How to get on the panel, Cynthia says. Okay, so you look for the icon on the bottom. You know where the mic is and the camera is? There's a button you click to request to be a speaker.
And you'll be a speaker within 3 seconds.
So do you see it, Cynthia? on the bottom. And so Cynthia, all you got to do is click that button. We can bring you in manually as well, but you might as well practice that, Cynthia. Look for that button. It's a person with wavy lines around them. Try and click on it. She says, I don't see it. Oh, you know what you maybe have to do is refresh and see if that brings it to you. And we have Irene saying it's the third icon on the bottom. So when you look on the bottom where your controls are, it's the third icon, the third one. And hi, Shyam. He says, boom, 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 boom.
Plenty of boomers there, that's for sure. And looks like everybody, the gang is starting to fall right into place here. We're up to 69, including the attendees. And there's one person, Cynthia Deering, in the house.
She found the
Let's
button.
see, 1001, 1002.
Cynthia.
She's here already.
She's here.
Unbelievable.
Wow, so fast. I'm very impressed. Icon next to the prompter. Thank you. I was on my laptop to open it when I leave to drive. Okay, Armin, you're in good shape then.
All right, there's Cynthia Deering. I'd know that lady anywhere. All right.
Wasn't it cool once you found the button, Cynthia? Easy, right? You just click it and wait for the magic to happen, Cynthia.
And no more me.
No need, Cynthia. No need me anymore. Talk to us. We want to hear you. Say something. You're unmuted, but there's no sound. Might have to refresh. Sometimes refresh will help you have sound. You have sound? No sound? Oh, how can we help Cynthia to have sound? Those folks who have experience can advise her, please.
Cynthia, check your settings. Go into settings.
That's Mel.
Thank you, Mel.
You're welcome. I had that problem before, so I don't know if it's the same she's experiencing.
Could be.
Okay.
Go into settings and get to the mic area and then adjust the volume.
Try that and see if that works. Did anybody want to get things kicked off here tonight? On our subject is tax planning, but the sky's the limit.
Should we start with teaching science before we begin that?
You could do that.
Because Jeremy's
here.
has to leave in about 1 hour. I think he has to leave.
What is he going to drive?
Drive.
All right.
Yep. So maybe we'll start with, where's Felice? I don't see Felice. Where are you, Felice? Where? Click on the speaker request. I'll look for her in the list of attendees.
If I got time to make a pit stop,
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Let me look for Felice. Okay, I see her. All right. Okay, she's coming. Felice is coming. All right. Anybody else? Come to the speaker. If you're deaf, come now. We're going to be teaching signs. It'll be fun. Is Felice up? Let's see. Anybody? Oh, there she is. Felice. Cecil too. Felice. Yeah. We're waiting for her her image to show up. She disappeared, right? I don't see her anymore. Yeah, she got booted. Elizabeth can come down too. I see her. Elizabeth. Simmons, who's deaf. All right. I don't know what happened to Felice. Let me go look for her again. Give us 1 second, people. There she is. I see her. Okay, I saw her again. Felice. She's here. She's here. Yay, Felice. She says, hello, yay. I was struggling for a bit, not used to it. Good to see you, Jeremy Williams, she says. Okay, so I thought we should start now with teaching some signs. I thought maybe both of you could help teach. I think Jeremy has an idea of what sign to teach first. I think it's pretty cool. So we'll start with Jeremy, okay? You want to start, Jeremy? Teach now. Go ahead. Now, yeah. Signs, yeah. Okay, so he says, I'm going to teach you to make the letter O. Everybody do the letter O like this. And you do this. Did you teach? Okay, so when you make a V motion, you know, because like ONPASSIVE has the letter V, right? So this is the letter O making the motion of a V. So that's why it's this way. So that's the sign for ONPASSIVE, the letter O, and moving it in the shape of a V, as if you're writing the V, like that. Everybody got it? The shape of a V. That is a sign. Deaf are using that for ONPASSIVE. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we'll go now to Felice. Felice, what do you want to teach? A couple signs. All right, okay, she says, I'm thinking, Okay, that sign that you just kiss fist. KISSFIS is fist. I love ONPASSIVE. So you kiss your fist. Kiss short again, slowly. So there's your fist, and you go like this. Kissing your fist. That means I love ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE. Got it, you guys? Yeah, like kissing the fist. Good, you guys. Good job. Good job. Anything else? Any other ideas, Felice and Jeremy? Felice says, yeah. Oh, okay, this. What is that? It means clapping. It's how the deaf clap. A visual clap. So this. Everybody got it? Wiggle the finger. Yeah. That's clapping. Because if you're deaf, you're not going to see this. Not obvious, right? But that's obvious. You can see it clearly. All right? Cecil says, thumbs up. Maybe we'll let Cecil teach one sign. Pick one sign. So far we've taught ONPASSIVE. Cecil, we already taught ONPASSIVE and kiss fist, ONPASSIVE, and clapping for deaf. That's all. So you maybe pick something, teach one sign. Cecil. Okay? What sign do you teach? Teach one sign, please. Can you see me signing? I don't know if it's clear. You can teach one sign. Cecil, pick something. Teach one sign. Okay. Maybe Felice help me. Felice, explain to Cecil. So she's saying, Cecil, 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 hello. If you don't mind, Jeremy Williams taught how to sign ONPASSIVE. And then I signed to the hearing how to do kiss fist ONPASSIVE and how to clap visually. So we want to teach hearing people one sign. You understand what I'm saying? Can you teach one sign? He says, okay, I understand. We already taught the sign for ONPASSIVE, she's saying. So what sign would you like to teach the hearing people? You want to teach Lynn's sign name? I don't know my sign name. Okay, so this is I love you. Remember we taught you guys I love you before, this one. So the deaf community gave me a name. It's a sign name, and they gave me this I love you sign here. My sign name. Because I smile a lot. So they with the sign for smile, you add the I love you. So this is me. When they talk about me, they're going to do this. Okay? Okay, now Cecil, your turn. Your turn. Teach something. Your turn. Cecil. Teach. You teach one sign. One sign. Oh, he said my image is freezing. It's kind of, it's hard. My image is freezing. Okay, maybe next time. It's fine. Next time. It's okay. It's all right. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for learning along with us. Kind of fun, I think.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And I see a hand up. It looks like
Felice.
Felice. Go ahead, Felice.
So I want to teach another sign for Ash Mufare, our CEO.
All right.
So you make the letter A on the left chest because he has a good heart. He's a soft heart. He has a heart for us, right? So this is a sign for him. Ash Mufara. He's a good human. He's there to uplift humanity. This is Ash Mufara. So his sign name is by the heart. It's the letter A by the heart. Like this. The letter A, tap your chest. That's Ash Mufara. Okay? Because he has a big heart. Thank you. Good job. And Cecil is making the heart. Nice. All right. Thank you. Thank you to our
That was
deaf
fun.
attendees. Thank you so much. We hope to maybe teach this a little bit. You know, every so often we teach sign, that'd be good. Not a lot, but just a few signs, good enough. Okay?
All right.
All right.
Thank you to Felice. Thank you to Cecil. Thank you to Jeremy.
Good night. Felice says good morning, good afternoon, whatever. Love you. She says I love you. Oh, thank you. Very nice. Love you.
Nice,
Love
nice,
you.
nice. All right, let's see. Have we got any hands raised? Make this easy for Grandpa now. Come on.
Felice, you're staying, right? Are you leaving? You have to stay? Okay. Let's do a picture while we have everyone here, if you don't mind.
Okay. See if Elizabeth can come on.
Oh,
at
we
least
have
with
somebody.
A picture.
Anuj Kumar is coming down.
All right, Anuj.
Welcome, Anuj. She'll be here in a second. And I'm going to do
Ashraf is here.
45 minutes.
Elizabeth is here.
He says, I have to go drive my truck to Kansas.
Kansas, you're going to see Dorothy.
But he's not looking. Gotta wait. He's looking at his schedule, I think. He's saying Boonville. He's going to Boonville, Missouri. Missouri. It's a little bit off from Missouri. It's a little bit away from Kansas. It's Boonville, Missouri.
True. All right. So you wanted to get a picture, is that right?
Okay. Ready for picture? Everybody waiting for picture. Okay.
Right,
So you can make like sign or gesture or fun expression, whatever. Action shot. Not boring. Okay. Everybody ready?
Ready.
I will count 1, 2, 3 and take the picture. All right. Okay. Ready? I'm gonna count now. 1. Honey, your face is hidden. 2, 3. Now. Why you hide your face?
Sorry, they see me enough.
See, it hit your face. Oh, very nice.
Nice picture, everybody, except for me, but
Nice.
that's okay.
I'm gonna wait. Let me see. I have to save it. Oh, I'm gonna save it. Let me save it. Okay, I saved it.
All right.
All right. Okay, so what's oh wait, well, hold on. One more person coming to the panel.
Angie Lynn in the
Oh,
house.
Angie Lynn. Angie Lynn is coming. How nice.
She's already
There
here.
there she is.
That was less than 3 seconds.
Fast. When I click it,
Wow.
fast.
Good stuff. See if you can turn your camera on, and or you're done with pictures.
Yeah, we can do another picture for sure. We'll do more pictures as people join.
Yeah.
We'll do
So we'll
more
do pictures
pictures.
later.
Yeah.
So hand-wise, was it Pat first and then Mel, or vice versa?
Whoever was first speak. I have 2 hands raised. Who was first?
All right. Mel says it was her, so go
Okay,
ahead,
go for it,
Mel.
Mel. And we'll let the deaf. They will just continue to chat among themselves, and they're fine. Okay, everybody just focus on whoever's presenting. Thank you.
Yeah, it's okay. They don't bother me. We are all people. Thank you for the sign languages, the community, the deaf community. Very nice to learn from you. Rob and Lynn, I don't know much about taxes. All I know, I do my taxes, and that's about it. So I am here to learn and grasp something from you all. Whoever is, that's all I can say.
Okay. Well, the key is to get with, you don't need somebody today, but tomorrow you're going to need someone. I don't think there's any doubt with what's predicted with over, the 5.7 billion people on the internet. We're probably going to get really flooded really quickly. So it wouldn't hurt to make some calls, check some people's references out, whether they be a tax person or whether they be an attorney. If you want to set up some kind of a business, sole proprietor, you can set up yourself. Partnership, I would recommend getting an attorney. Uh, Corporation, now I did it myself only because I had done it for other corporations. I knew how to do it, but I don't recommend that unless you've done that in the past. Uh, as far as banking, I would get with whatever you feel is the most comfortable bank in your area. If you're not happy where you're banking now, don't give them any more money. Find a bank where you feel comfortable, because there's going to be times when there may be quite a few dollars or apples coming into that account. And if you're not happy with your banker, that's not a good relationship. So
Yeah,
that's the banking end.
I'm with a bank for almost 30 years, and I'm not getting anywhere, really and truly. I just know I put my money in and take it out. So I will definitely look forward to. I have other banks that I close accounts because
There is a wonderful bank, and I'm not tooting their horn, TD Bank in Canada, and they're all over Canada, and they're very, very good. They're here as well. We don't have an account with them yet, but I'm considering it.
I'll tell you for a fact, when I first came here, I had no papers. The first bank that gave me that chance was the TD Bank. And I forever tell people that I stick with them, but then I came out of them and went to the other one, CIBC.
Right.
They are a reputable bank, but not going anywhere with them if you are not rich. So I'm thinking TD is always at the back of my head because they gave me that chance. And as far as the financial planner, professional, as I mentioned last night on Francis's live, that I had an interview with one professional one, but I opted out of it because I didn't really have anything to start off. But I'm going back to that person, and he's fine. He's known. He's a certified financial planner, and definitely I'm going to go to TD.
I think that's a good idea, and I'm not here to tout them, but I know they're good.
Yes, they
I know
are.
they're in Canada, they're in the United States as well, so that's a good one.
Okay, they
There's
are.
Elizabeth. She's dancing.
Thank you.
Kisses to you. Salud de France. Feliz, that's nice.
Okay, well, thank you, Mel. Let's go to Dorothy. Dorothy, Pat Green, come in, please.
Hello, Rob. Hi, Lynn.
Hello.
I was thinking, and I don't know any sign language except for what you guys taught me tonight. Is there another sign for hello? I mean, I don't need to learn it tonight. I'm just bringing it up, other than just waving. So it's like this.
It could be hard to fit. Maybe,
I'll move.
yeah. It's we are in the rectangle, right? You notice that? So it's hard for them to see me because it's a rectangle, like a rectangle. So anyway, I'll go back, I guess. Anyway, so they want to know the sign for hello. Hello. Can you see me? You can't see me? I don't know
Yeah.
how to change. I can't change the shape of this rectangle around me, right?
Right. So it's like this.
Oh, is it better now?
Yes.
Better?
You can try it.
Okay. Anyway, please. Can you see me signing? Please. Well, I know I have an idea.
How about if I
Gonna do a side
go to
view.
the other computer?
So for now, this is the side view. You can see my signing clearly. So, but I don't want to keep it here because how will you teach? Anyway, so Pat Green is here. She wants to know the sign for hello. Hello. How do you sign hello? Okay, so let me take it back to the gallery and look at Felice. You see Felice there with the green background? She says, that's hello. Everybody say hello. Hello. Your hand's a little bit curved. Got it, Pat?
Yes.
Yeah,
I like them.
that's right.
John's got it. Good
That's
job.
neat.
Perfect, John. John, yay. John.
I like it.
Good job.
And we're going to clap.
Clap. Let's clap for John. Clap. All right. Love you. Good
That was
job.
sweet. Thank you,
Yeah.
Felice.
And you guys thought you were coming here for taxes only, huh? Nowhere but RobLynnLive. You get sign language. It's great stuff.
It is. And I wanted to also bring up a little bit about taxes and banks, if that's okay.
Of course, that's the topic.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Felice says, if anyone wants to know sign language, she says, ask us, the deaf, and we will teach you. That's what she said. We're willing. We don't mind. Thank you, Felice.
Thank you. So I had a bank that I was having problems with an account, not a bank account, but with a customer that I thought they were overcharging me. And so I talked to them about it. They wouldn't do anything about it. I talked to them like 2 or 3 times, and they weren't willing to help me with it. So I left that bank. And so I've got another bank now that I have, and my husband has a side gig where he's self-employed. And so I put, I started a separate account for taxes, or, to have money for taxes. So I put, I put like 30% of his income in there. That may be too high, but I'd rather have too much in there than not enough. I also have a tax man that I've had for many years, and he's really good. And I went to him one day to ask him about taxes, and I found out we weren't withholding enough taxes from his income. So we did that and got that taken care of earlier this year. So, we won't have to pay out a lot of money at the, for our taxes for this year, which is nice. And no, I am not a tax expert. I don't even like doing taxes. That's why I have a tax man. But anyway, I don't know a lot about them, but I know enough that I'm trying to be prepared so that, I don't have to figure out how to come up with the money, after January 1st to pay the taxes for last year. So anyway,
All right.
that's much I had to say.
Thank you very much, Pat. Looks like Carmela Schwartz. Fire, fire, fire. Go ahead, Carmela.
Good evening, everyone here. Good evening. I would like to say that tax
Carmela, we cannot hear you. We cannot hear you, Carmela.
now you can hear me?
Yes.
Audible.
Okay. I want to say in what age you are and what you did in your life. If you have many things that you did and you pay already taxes for what you're doing, it will cost you more. You are like me, retired, and you don't get any incomes. You don't have to pay so much taxes. And it depends how much money we will get in our in each country. It's something else. In Israel, for example, you can pay once in a year, so you don't have to pay every month. Only if you are taking people under you and they work for you. The best is to get like Rob said, advice from somebody who work in that area, to be in touch with someone, to go to him, to ask him question, to be prepared for the day that you have a lot of money in your account. But in the beginning, we don't have to do so much. We have to wait and see how much income we are going to get. In my opinion, and what I have heard for a long time ago from Ash, is going to open us our own bank, which it will be excellent, in my opinion. Then we don't have to move the money from bank to bank, and we can take it with our own maybe a credit card. We can use it through the credit card. Many options is open to us in the future. We just have to be aware, to be in touch, to come, to listen, and to learn more. This is my ideas, and I'm not a expert, so the best is to go to somebody who's expert, which will give you the right for your own country, what is going there.
Very good. Thank you so much for that. All right. My husband is going to come in on his computer because it's too hard for my husband and I to sit close together. You can't see both of us well, especially if I have to sign. No one will see my signing. So he's moving to his own laptop, right, hon?
Yes.
He's using his laptop. We'll be sitting separately tonight. I think it might be better. And I see we have, who's up there? Oh, Mel wants to speak. Go ahead, Mel.
The fact that we do not have ONPASSIVE yet as a bank, which is no credit card, eliminate credit card, but a bank. In the meantime, is it better to have a private assistant rather than going to the bank? I need to know. Because sometimes you're with the bank and there's interest and the interests are high. Everything costs dollars, right? So I'm wondering, the people who know more about the taxes, like Lynn, you and Rob, and whoever is there, is it better to have a private person, like a private tax accounting person, than going to the bank?
Yeah, yeah. I don't think the bank will have accountants that will advise you. I don't think, right?
No,
So you have to get your own accountant.
anyway, so you might as well start there.
Yeah.
and
So you
then
want to
deal with
hire
the
your
bank
own
later.
accountant for sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's just more, and think about, our futures. What we have in our hand is uh, abundance is coming our way. I guess is what I want to say. Abundance, massive abundance. So we want to be very careful and get really good professional advice because the apples are coming. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
want to do it the right way. Yeah.
all right. I say that because, as I said in the past, I got discouraged after I had tried saving a good amount with different things, even for estate planning, and all of that was taken away from me. I think that's like a steal. And I didn't know who to go to if it's the courts, and I didn't feel like I had the strength to take anybody to court, although I should because it's my money. So after that, I just never looked for anybody because it's like you want to trust, right? So that's why I'm here to get help to see who's the best in all these different certified people who might be one of the best to go to or better choices.
Give me 1 second. Okay, Rob is coming. You'll be hearing it. There he is. There you go. Got to unmute.
Right now I'm trying to get the sunlight out of my eyes.
Okay.
All right, I'm unmuted. The question whether to, have a banker first or have someone, I would let the banker be maybe second. I would go with someone who can advise you. They may know for our type situation, they may know the best type bank or the right people to get in touch with at a bank in your area. So until ONPASSIVE gets its own bank, which I think is going to be, spectacular. But I think we're a ways away from that at the moment. But yeah, I would go with the financial person. Uh, if you've had someone do your taxes, you can ask them who they would recommend. And you can always just go for an interview and say, well, this is what I'm going to be doing. What do you feel I need? And you'll know pretty quick whether this person is tuned in or not, whether they're strictly a bookkeeper or whether they're an accountant or whether they're actually a financial planner. You'll be able to get a feel for that, I think. And then I would deal with the bank situation second. So, and it's important now though that if you're going to be taking apples, let's say you're going to be taking them through the bank, that you make sure you have your banking information ready now. Because just yesterday, day before yesterday, I was just playing around with my one account and I went to see if I could do a withdrawal, and sure enough, I was able to do it. And it's very simple. They've made it even easier than it was before, but you have to be prepared with your ID, your driver license or passport front and back. And that's required if you want to take a withdrawal. And it was very easy, very easy. Go ahead, John.
I would just say, Rob, yeah, exactly. I did it today myself. I hadn't done any withdrawal yet, and after I heard from you folks, you and Lynn, I decided to give it a try. And I waited till today because when I tried yesterday, I'd forgotten that I actually went and got my Swifty code for an international wire to do it, and I lost it here in my house. You know, I had a document, it had it on there. Well, I just went back to my bank today, went in and chatted with them, said, "Hey, you did this for me before. I forgot about it completely. I lost it in my house. Could you help me again with a Swifty code?" And they said, "Oh, no problem." And they printed up a little sheet for me. It has information, and it had my more than the Swifty code, depending upon the kind of withdrawal. And since mine is a wire withdrawal to the United States, it had all my information. And then I came home, and just in about maybe 5 minutes on my mobile, I made a withdrawal, and I went right through it. And I did have to make sure I had my photo of my driver's license, which I did very quickly. And I put it on my mobile, you know. Then all I had to do was, when I got to that point, just upload it right onto the form. And the next thing I knew, I was finished, and I got the little information thing that said you've transferred successfully. And it is going to take, 10 to 15 days? I forget exactly. Yeah, something like that.
10
but
to
it was very
15
easy.
work days, which is the same as
Yeah, it was very easy and very quick. And as long as you have the proper information, like you were saying, you know, just make sure you get your information, whatever the codes are, things like that. It went very easily. So I just wanted to let you know that.
There you have it. Proof is in the pudding. Let's go back to Mel. I think Mel has her hand raised. Mel?
Okay, as it's in my head, I better roll it out. Thank you, Rob. You said Swifty code. I don't know what that is. In Canada, it might be a different name. However, you said 2 weeks, so that's by check then you're being paid?
No, it will be a wire transfer. If you take it in cash, it'll be a wire transfer from the Bank of Dubai or wherever they're using, Abu Dhabi, whatever.
And
to your
Rob,
bank. Now,
wait a minute, just 1 second. The Swifty code is I called it a Swifty code. It's a Swift code, but it's also known as a BIC, or Bank Identification Code.
Oh, okay.
right. And in Canada, see, some countries use the Swift code, and some countries use the IBAN, which is the International Banking Number. So all you have to do is check with your bank. They'll tell you right away whether you need to use the IBAN number, which serves as a routing number as well, or whether you need to use the Swift code. It's very simple. Once you find out from your bank how they do it, you know, with their routing, you'll know exactly what numbers to put in.
Sorry, I had my phone crossed because my son, they like kids. He came and interrupted, so I had to cross my mic. I'm sorry about that.
Well, what I was saying is get with your bank. Canada is a little different than other countries. I don't know the exact thing, whether they use the international banking number, like in, for example, Francis in Singapore. They use an IBAN number, which is like a routing number would be for the United States, a Swift code. I don't know what they use in Canada, and I don't want to give you the wrong answer, but your bank will know right away. And what they usually do at the banks, and I had them do this for me, for example, Bank of America's, who we're using here, is they typed up exactly the information you need to give to ONPASSIVE. And as it turns out, it's exactly the way ONPASSIVE's form is set up. It's very, very simple.
Okay. Thank you, Rob. I have some to cash out, so I'll try it and see what it is like for Canadians. I'll check mine after.
I actually can look that up while we're here tonight, and I'll get with you and let you know what numbers you're going to need. That's no problem. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
Who else is who wants to be next on The Price is Right? DL, we haven't heard from you tonight. Come on now. You having trouble unmuting? Yeah, let me let's go to, I didn't realize Pat had her hand up. Go ahead, Pat.
I haven't tried to do withdrawal yet, Rob. Is there instructions somewhere that tells me how to do that?
You don't need instructions. It walks you through it. In other words, it tells you step one is this, step two is this, step three is your driver license. It's very, very simple. You
So all
can
I gotta do is
instruct
push on
yourself.
the.
You can self-teach yourself, and if you have a problem with it, let me know and I'll help you.
Okay. So in other
But
words, I
it's
can just push the withdrawal button and get the and it'll walk me step by step through that.
yeah, that's actually pretty close to accurate there. Yeah,
Oh, that's good. That's nice.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me say again, you just have to make sure that you have whatever the ID, whether it's a driver's license or a passport or whatever your ID is, you make sure that the device that you're going to be doing it on, that you've got that photo on the device, so that you just easily upload it when you get to that point.
Yeah, because they're
Oh, okay.
gonna on passive ask you to upload the picture. Like for me, I didn't have my driver license in this particular laptop. So before I even got started, I said, I think I better put it in all the computers. So I put both our driver licenses in all the computers. And that's a good idea to do, I think.
So we need front and back both
Front
of our
and
driver's
back,
license.
right. They want the why they want the back, I don't know. There's some kind of scribbly scrabbly code on the back, I guess they want. Now with a passport, I think it's just page 1 and page 2, I think, but I'm not sure. I know it's page 1 that has your picture on it.
Okay. Well, I don't have one of
All
those
right,
yet, but
and I'm gonna, while Lynn takes over here for a minute, I'm gonna go ahead and check the Canada situation out because we do have a
okay.
number of people from Canada.
Thank
Is
you,
that
Rob.
okay, Lynn?
Okay. So who's up to speak now? Are you still speaking, Mel?
Yeah, the last thing I was going to ask was the ID, Rob. So I have a Canadian ID other than passport. It looks like your driver's license. If you don't want to drive or if you're not driving, you can get that substituted for that type. It's pinkish.
That's probably acceptable because is it issued by the government? Where did you get that ID? Is it issued by the
Oh
Canadian
yeah, that's
government?
governmental, Rob.
It
It's
is
like your
government?
driver's license. It is governmental.
Okay, then that's all you need, front and back of that.
Okay, because I use it for if you want to sign up for a loan or something. They the same way you're describing, they want both the back and the front side,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, so it's pretty much the same thing. It's a good idea. A lot of people are using it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I'll tell you what we'll do. Lynn, I think wants me to moderate here, so I'll get you the Canadian information tonight before it gets
Okay.
any later. Is that okay, Lynn? Yeah. Even though I'm 30 feet away from you, I felt the waves and the vibe, so I knew I should just wait on that. So, and I will.
Thank you.
Mel, go ahead.
Um, I was done. The other thing, I don't know if business wise, I know it's tax planning, but at the same time, I heard planning for apples, and we will require set ourselves up, get ready. So a business number would be ideal in that planning, right?
You're going to
Business,
need, that's going to be one of the things. Like, for an example, in the United States, we have what's called EIN number. That's an IRS tax number.
yeah,
In Lynn's case, we formed a corporation, and that subchapter S corporation has its own EIN number, so
okay,
that all taxes will go in terms of it'll be processed and will be monitored by IRS with that EIN number. Correct.
yeah. I already have a number tax number as I was mentioning because before I was starting little things that I never it
Okay.
never came to fruition. So I have one and I file every year, even if I did not get any revenue out of there. So it will remain the same. I think once you got one, they said it cannot be changed.
Well,
So
it can't be changed necessarily, but the problem here, like in the United States, if you're in Florida, like let's say like we are, if you're inactive and don't file the annual report, there's an annual report required. If you don't, even if you don't have any income, they expect you to file a report. They can make you inactive.
oh, I file it every year. I pay extra to file
Okay,
it.
good, good, good.
Yeah, because
Then
they
you're in
send
good
it to you anyhow. This is Uncle Sam. They send it. So I keep on top of it. All right.
Okay, then you should be in good shape there for sure.
Okay. Thank you very much for the info, Rob. Thank you. And John, actually.
If any of you feel I've maybe stretched the truth or maybe not telling the facts, nothing but the facts, let me know, and I'll back the bus up. But I think we've been general enough to where we're not stepping on any governmental toes tonight. Hopefully, although I don't care for the U.S. government and their tax program. Just don't repeat that, please.
Your secret stays here as hundreds of people watch the replay.
I don't really care. I would never say anything against the IRS other than I don't like them. That's all.
Oh, so funny. We got Pat Green with her hand up.
Pat Green, go ahead, Miss Green. Dorothy, let's go.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Rob. When you're talking about filing a report, are you talking about doing your taxes once a year? Is that what you're talking about, Rob?
Well, it depends on the kind of operation you have. If you have a sole proprietor,
Mm-hmm.
you can file quarterly if you want, because that's actually income to you. You can file quarterly, estimated. Let's say you pick 10% or 20% or 25%. I wouldn't go over 25%, at least initially, because I don't think any of us are going to be millionaires the first couple of months.
No, and
I
I was
mean, I'd
talking.
like you to be.
Be
You know,
nice, wouldn't it?
I'd like us to be, but I think it's going to take a few months before we really are on our feet financially,
Right.
being realistic. So,
And
uh,
I talked to my tax man about that, and he said unless you're making above a certain amount, you can go ahead and just file it yearly. That's what my tax man said. I go by his advice,
well,
'cause-
there are people that file, even big companies, not big, but medium-sized companies file once a year or every 6 months. So,
Mhm.
as long as you file, that's the key here. As long as
Right.
you don't get lost in the shuffle and all of a sudden you got $180,000 that you owe 25% on
Ooh.
and you don't have the 25%. That's when you got an issue. But other than that, nah.
Now, I had another question for you, real quick, Rob. Is a fiduciary the same as an accountant?
No,
Okay, so they both serve two different purposes.
correct.
So an accountant helps you with your income, and a fiduciary gives you advice about what to do with it. Is that what they do?
That's one way of putting it. I mean, they have fiduciaries that work with the larger banks, but they don't get directly involved, fiduciaries, with things like taxes, I don't think. I've never heard of
Oh,
them
okay.
getting involved in that.
I was just curious because with the apples, it's always nice to have a professional that can give you some direction about what to do,
Yeah.
and how to do it. Because I remember, and I'll share the story.
Well, I think we'll all have a pretty good feel after maybe 3 months. And
Mhm.
if we're paying quarterly taxes, we don't have to worry about it for that first 3 months. So
Mhm.
that way you'll get a feel. You'll know whether you need a CPA. You'll know whether you just need a bookkeeper or someone that can file your taxes for you, file the paperwork. You'll know pretty quickly. You know,
Okay.
that's
Well,
just my
thank you,
gut
Rob.
feeling. Okay.
You are appreciated. You and Lynn both.
Over to you, DL. Oh, what?
Can you hear me, Rob?
Okay,
Can you
DL
hear me,
has his
Rob?
hand up too. Go ahead, DL. Yeah, he had audio problems earlier. Go ahead. Go ahead,
Can you
DL.
hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
France.
Okay. Okay, great. Appreciate it. I kind of have a leg up on some of the panel here because I worked at J.P. Morgan Chase for several years, and I have a master's degree with a focus in financial leadership. So this is the taxes issue is right up my alley. I also have a brother in California that's a CPA, a younger sister in Ohio here that's an enrolled agent, and a younger brother down in Brooksville, Florida, that's an enrolled agent also. So taxes really run in my family. I already have an idea as far as the business structure that I want to pursue, and I have an idea of basically how to legally reduce your tax burdens. So this is a something. Again, I'm not a tax attorney or a enrolled agent myself, or a CPA for that matter. It's just that this is something that's run in the family that I picked up over the years. So, but I have a real good direction on how I want to handle this, plus the business structure that I want to use. So I'm very anxious to get going. So
that's good stuff.
Appreciate you, Rob. Back to you.
Well, enrolled agents. I had an enrolled agent for 30 years that did my taxes, and she went with me to IRS when I was being audited, and she was very, very in tune with what's going on. So an enrolled agent is like a bookkeeper or an accountant that has extra training, right? And with extra classes, they have to meet certain criteria. That's my understanding.
Yes, it's basically it's a less credentialed CPA, but you're on the right track. Yes.
All right. Well, how did we do as far as this other stuff? Do you think we're okay mentioning the things we did just in general? I mean, I didn't want to be specific tonight.
Yes. Yeah, I think so. You're generally in general.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Well, thanks. Was France next, Lynn? Okay. Were you done, DL? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off at the pass. Okay, DL. Okay. All right. Let's go over to France. France, kick it around for us, will you?
Yes, sir. Hello, everyone. How you all doing? Rob, sorry I'm late. I didn't catch you guys earlier, but I got a question. I don't know if it was mentioned already. When the apples start coming, is it better to have a trust account or to have an LLC or a sole proprietorship?
Well, it depends on how much is going to come in right away. I wouldn't rush into a trust. I think that's a little bit of an overreaction to have a trust. I mean, unless you wind up having $100,000 a month coming in or $50,000 a month right away, I don't really think you need a trust. That's my gut feeling. I have a trust agreement for my children, but that's because of another situation. A trust is good if you want to protect assets. But it needs to be a fair amount of assets, not just $2,100 in the bank or something like that. So I wouldn't rush into a trust necessarily. But you can get good advice from either your banker or a financial planner on that. They may suggest, because of what you're doing, you need a trust. But my gut feeling, only my opinion, is a trust is a little bit of an overreaction initially.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else, Franz?
No, thank you. But I gotta ask you one thing. The LLC, if you create that, you said you have to file your taxes. I have one and I haven't used it. So if you don't pay the taxes on it every year, I have to renew it, huh?
No, if you don't, you're in Florida like we are. You don't necessarily have to pay any taxes because if you had no income, all you have to do is file a report with a bunch of zeros on it. That's what I did for Lynn's LLC when we didn't get anywhere, when we had no income and had no expenses. But an LLC
as many of you probably know, is a limited liability corporation or company, whatever you want to call it, LLC. Now, I don't know why or how ONPASSIVE is an LLC. I haven't figured that out yet. To be a $1 billion operation, be an LLC, I think is a little risky myself. I don't know how you feel about that, DL, but to me, it seems a little risky.
But isn't that because even though you're part of ONPASSIVE, but it's your own business?
Right.
You're not
Well, you'll
really
need,
under...
right. You won't be using ONPASSIVE's name at all. We're not going to be allowed to do that, as everybody here knows. Let's say it's going to be France LLC or France sole proprietor or France in partnership with his wife or 6 kids. You'll know pretty quick what you want to do there.
Yeah.
I'm not big on LLCs, and like I said, I still haven't figured out how ONPASSIVE can possibly qualify or remain an LLC. Blows me away. But that's usually you have that, I think, for partnerships and small businesses, LLCs.
Okay. Yeah, the reason I'm asking you that because I'm in real estate.
Okay.
I'm a real estate agent, so I have the LLC just for my business side. You know,
right? Do you file? Do you file the annual report?
Yes.
Mike.
Okay, that will keep you, you know, in good graces with the state of Florida and the IRS. So that's good.
Okay, thank you.
Now, my personal opinion is if any of us get to where we're making 5 to 6 figures a month, I think that's the time when we have to, with sole proprietor isn't going to get it done. I don't know what you feel about that, DL, but I think it leaves a sole proprietor wide open to things if you're taking in that kind of money. And maybe at that time, it's a good idea to have either corporation protection or even LLC, I guess, or subchapter.
Yeah, I mean, you get that, right? You get that kind of money coming in, then you want to have obviously some kind of business structure in place because I'm hoping the money's going to even be bigger than that in my particular situation. But as far as when you don't have any money and you don't, you just got a bunch of zeros. Many times, I've done this a couple times actually. It was what's called a zero return. The reason you want to file a zero return.
Where'd he go? Don, we lost your video and your
critical,
audio.
So, but it's called a zero return in case anybody wanted to know that.
I'm here. Yeah. Who did you say was next? Worldwide consultant?
We have Latoya. Worldwide AI Consulting has her hand raised.
All right, go ahead, Latoya.
Latoya.
Okay,
Hi.
go ahead and unmute.
Hi, Latoya.
I'm here.
Hi.
Wow, this is the first time that I've used the speaker function, the request to come on a panel. Thank you.
Isn't it nice, the view of speakers? Isn't it nice?
Well, I tell you what, it can't beat it anywhere else.
I think that those who have been attendees don't realize the difference in the layout. So it's really nice to be a speaker, you know?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but the timing of the show also coincides with the timing of me like being in one of the busiest times here. I'm on the West Coast. But this weird, my kids just decide all of a sudden to take a random nap after school. So they're quiet.
Random naps are good.
Yes. So I like this topic. And you see that I'm Latoya. People know me as Latoya Belgrave Francis. But you see my account is Worldwide AI Consulting because I did also set up some businesses for the handful of accounts that I have. So I have looked a little bit into the tax issue, and the good news is that the tax code is made specifically to favor businesses. So of course, if they favor businesses, that means that they also do not favor, people, your average citizen, unfortunately. But as we're talking now and getting the proper formal, legal, official things that we need to do to actually have formal businesses that are identified, have EINs. I'm also running into, you might need a business identification number, a BIN. I think I saw that somewhere. But that also means that the tax codes will now favor us in our businesses. So can't do anything about the tax code, can't do anything about the IRS per se. But what you can do is just report honestly, and whatever happens, happens. But there are loopholes. We hear loopholes. It's again, doesn't feel very good to hear that when businesses are using tax loopholes and things like that. And I think the wording is off, but what it really is that instead of letting the tax code work you, which happens as a citizen, random citizen who doesn't have the money or the connections to really know that, or you can work the tax code, and that's what businesses do. So definitely get with a specialist, because they will know how to work the tax code in your favor. Not being a cheat, not being whatever, none of that stuff, but using the rules that are already in place to give you a more favorable financial outcome. So, so that's kind of what I gathered from my research into it. I don't know if I necessarily want to go to a tax specialist at this point, but I definitely want to, just encourage people to do what RobLynn says, do what Rob is telling us, what we're talking about right now, and get your papers together, whatever paperwork it is that you need to get a trust, because I have LLCs right now. And I think I'm fine just doing it individually, but I also, fun fact, you can put EINs in your children's names too. The only thing that you can't do is you can't put businesses that have to do with like alcohol, tobacco, firearms, adult type of things. But otherwise, you can use your children's social security numbers to file for EIN and put businesses in their names. And you can pay them as their employees. There's all kinds of really cool things that you can do. And it's all within the family, like your immediate family and within the ONPASSIVE family. So yes, whatever you have to do to get the tax code to work for you, it's there to do that as a business, and that's what we're doing. So that's my 2 cents about it, and take an opportunity to jump on when I, have a little bit of peace and quiet. But then I'm also in the middle of making dinner, so that's why it took me a minute to get to the mic. So anyway, what do you think about that, RobLynn or anybody?
Yeah, that's good information for sure. The best thing is there's no rush. There's no rush to judgment. In other words, there's no rush to say you need to be a corporation. There's no rush to say you need to be an LLC or partnership or subchapter S or whatever you want to call yourself. If it was me, and this is what we've done, we knew based on the number of accounts that between Lynn and I we have, that we're going to need to be a corporation. If this thing takes off like the rocket ship that we're told, we knew in advance we probably should be a corporation. Subchapter S, we didn't need the full-blown, corporate nonsense with a board of directors. Lynn is the president and CEO. I know that's a shock for those of you out there, but she's the CEO. I don't even think I may be listed as a founding member or whatever that's called on these IRS forms, but that's it. It just means I can sign checks. That's all. So I think we're all going to be in a good place quickly. But I don't think we have to rush out and all of a sudden form a corporation with $500 a month coming in. I don't recommend that.
Well, see, that's the great news about it, though, is because Ash has always said that everything that we are going to be doing is fluid and hybrid. So when I was doing my research, especially when I was getting into the EINs, because I don't know how long it's been since you had a chance to do it, but I just did them within last 6 months or so. But they go through very specifically, like, what are you getting this EIN for? And they give you a bunch of different options. It's like this long different list, right? And there's trust, and there's LLCs, and there's partnerships, and all other manner of things.
It's very detailed. I'll
Yeah.
agree with you there.
But the great thing about it is that it also leaves us with a bunch of different options too. So it's good for you guys. You need to be a corporation. Say, for example, for me, I'm a social worker. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I am already my own sole practitioner. That's what I've always done. I came into ONPASSIVE through my dad. But I love technology. I love everything about, ONPASSIVE and what we're doing. So I'm definitely like jumping in. So for me and the way that I'm set up, it's just me. And I've only just done I'm doing consulting. I'm kind of putting myself out there like, hey, if you need advice, do you need help? Do you need me to connect you to ONPASSIVE? There's partnerships. I'm kind of trying to do that, but it's just me. So an LLC works for me now. But yeah, what you guys have going on, you've had many more years of experience doing that kind of stuff. So corporation for you guys, it sounds totally appropriate. Maybe something different for DL. He's going for a trust. I'm like, when I heard that too, I was like, dang, DL, okay. You're thinking big.
Hey, I hope we all need
right?
a trust.
So, but it works for something. It has something. And correct me if I'm wrong, okay? I think I've heard this. And Ash said maybe early days. I came in 2022 in March, but I heard that we were supposed to get some help from the company in some way to handle the influx of money.
Experts advise us, but that hasn't happened yet, and I don't know whether it will or will not. So.
Well, we have to get them. Oh no! Well, we have to get the money first. You can't talk about it until it's like you said. There's no rush, right? Until there is a rush, but with just getting in the mindset. And since Ash said that was going to happen, I suspect that when the money comes in, there will also be attached to that. Hey, remember we said we would help you with these things with experts. So I'm wondering if we do what you say and just stand by. Be okay, right? And maybe all that stuff will be even taken care of for us, because that's another thing. Like if Ash says everything is taken care of, I would also suspect that handling the money stuff would be taken care of too. I mean, wouldn't you agree? I don't know.
No.
That's oh no, okay.
Only
I guess that's just me.
Only because based on what Ash is saying, this thing is going to be a monster, big. And ONPASSIVE won't have the time to handle this kind of stuff for us. So that's
but our partners will.
Feeling. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, we have partners. We have partners though, all over. I think that's one of the things that Ash is kind of, keeping in his pocket is because, I think with the Supercars Majlis and Moments events and, with the government in Dubai and the police, I think that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the type of partnerships that we have. Wouldn't it make sense that Ash just has regular connections in, various places about, hey, this person might need help with tax stuff. Do you have a recommendation for somebody else? Sometimes these businesses are just used as a conduit, like a third party, to ask, hey, I know that experts in this area. Who would you recommend? You know what I'm saying? Not that they would do it for us. I see what you're saying. But I think that's not what my thought process was. It was like, hey, we're part of ONPASSIVE. Like, hey, I need the money. Like, look, we see us, you know who we are. We're basically celebrities in our own communities now. So what can you do to help me? Like, I need help with this. You know what I mean? Like, you use ONPASSIVE as like an entry to people who are used to dealing with big money, because you have to be used to dealing with that. You know what I mean? You can't just go to somebody who's like mom and pop. Not that mom and pops are bad, but with the type of stuff that we're going to be dealing with, we definitely need to be looking at who are the big players in these different areas. Who are the big players for tax,
and
wealth,
there'll be enough
and all that kind of stuff.
Like people like Muhammad Kamal, They may say, if you're in this category, we would recommend you talk to someone like this. I think that stuff will come out yet.
Oh, and that's Dr. Tantawi's specialty, Dr. Tariq.
Oh, Dr.
His name,
Tarek,
yeah, Dr.
that guy
Tant.
is,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
that's
he's
his
the bomb, that
specialty.
guy.
Yeah, and he's already in it. So yeah, I think we'll be okay. I really do, and I'm happy to be having this type of conversation. Very focused, and like it's gonna matter to us. Like we talk kind of pie in the sky sometimes, I think, but what happens when the pie's on the table? What you gonna do?
That's the thing now. Ash has said that the apples are going to flow this month for sure, whether it be the bulk payments or whether it be individual payments or both. And it's time, if we wind up with a windfall, which could happen to some people in the company, I guess, in the movement. They're going to need to be able to get in touch with people, and it could be at the drop of a hat. But there's enough people out there in the world that do these kind of services that I don't think any of us will have a problem securing proper advice.
Oh yeah. And then Ash said he was going to be making himself and the company more available with these more frequent meetings and talks with us too. So that also gives us more opportunity to ask more detailed questions, especially within this month and going forward.
Right. I think we'll see Muhammad Kamal. We might even see Nazal. We might see Dr. Tarek. We might even see Ash, not just on a 360, shooting the breeze, but actually, okay, this is the topic for today, and Dr. Tarek's going to talk to us today. I think that's the kind of stuff we're going to be witnessing soon.
Yeah, we haven't had a formal corporate webinar since September. Did you guys know that?
September
that was the last
to be exact.
Yeah. So it's been a minute.
Right, but we're in a good place.
Yay!
We're in a good place.
Okay.
There's no reason to rush out, like I said, rush to judgment, panic, or anything. We'll all be able to get the proper advice when we need it. That's the way I look at this.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good night, everybody. I'm listening now. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, it looks like we're back to Mel. Mel. Your hand is up. Is that a good sign?
Yeah,
or a bad
it's
sign?
a good thing, and it's a good time. Thank you, Rob. I heard Latoya, is the name, talk about an EIN. What is the difference between an EIN and I know BIN is business identification number. What is an EIN?
I've never used the term BIN, but EIN is specific to the Internal Revenue Code of the United States.
Oh, so the States. Oh, so maybe it's the same, like Canada is BIN and the States probably is EIN. Because there is business identification number. So EIN, I'm not sure what the E stands for, but anyhow, that probably States related.
Okay.
So now that I heard from you, Rob, and DL, I'm gonna fire my tax preparer. I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not getting anything. All these years I'm working, it's like when I ask questions, it's not, he's kind of short stick with me, and I feel like I'm losing out. So I'm going to fire him, and I'm going to look for someone who's specialized more in like a certified person instead.
BIN number is strictly a bank identifier. That's all that is.
BIN is a business identification number. We have it here. I have one.
Oh, well, it says bank identification number here in the States, but I'm not sure.
But I'm saying
let me jump in. Let me jump in with the BIN. Sorry, I didn't mean to get on camera. Okay. That's what I thought it was, but it is specific to businesses here in America. It's some identification for your business. I said business, not BIN, but that sounds like the Canadian equivalent to EINs here. But I was applying to be part of some nonprofit online group for people looking for help. And they said, ask the business name, phone number, all that kind of stuff. And then they asked for some type of identifier for like my business. So like with Worldwide AI Consulting, they were looking for the identifier for my business, which I didn't have. And then I was like, oh, okay, I need to figure out what that's about. So it's different. Yes, it's different. So didn't mean to cause that confusion. Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead. You want to jump in on that one?
Sorry?
Were you
Yeah.
done?
Yeah, I was just going to. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Dio.
Yeah, I was just going to say that the EIN number is a employer identification number. It's strictly generally for a business. And it can also be used as an identification for individuals. Depends on what kind of structure you are, but basically it's an employer identification number. That's generally for a business.
Okay. Thank you. All right, so I got some tips about the tax preparing thing. I am going to fire my tax preparer. I'm going to get a certified, as I mentioned, more professional person, expertise in just not filing my tax and tell me this is what I get, which I never get. I'm going to look very well into someone who has more knowledge. I'm not saying he's not knowledgeable, but I think he's just about tax preparing and that's it. Even if I don't know about taxes or so much about taxes, but I know enough for me to be able to identify who does a good job and who doesn't. So yeah, so thank you very much for the tips, Rob and DL. I'm going to start because I started looking into and I am thinking at the back of my mind that this guy is not helping me really. He's not. So I had already said that I'm going to, from this year, change. So thank you for the tips. You and DL and whoever contributed. What's her name? Toya. Thank you.
Pedro, I see your hand raised, and you're certainly in the right business to be giving us some advice here. What do you say?
Yes, good evening, everyone. I've been listening on my phone on another account, and you have good advice for everyone related to taxes. I've been learning a lot. There's just some experts here. I didn't know you had all those credentials, but I have a question. Maybe someone of you can relate to that. I formed an LLC when I near the time when I retire, and but the company, it never took off. I never implemented the products that I wanted, so I let it sit there. And the following year, I started to do something else. I started to do Uber. And I have a friend who is a CPA and he does my taxes. I haven't been doing taxes in a long time. He does it for me. And every time I say, should I use my EIN, ID, he says, no, we're going to put it under your social security number, and we do it like that. He fills out all kinds of forms with Uber. Uber sends 1099 and whatnot. So it's been dormant. And at one point I tried to access it and it was inactive, just like Rob was saying. It became inactive because I had never used that number. And when I insisted with my friend to use it just to keep it alive, he says, it'll cost you $400 a year if you keep it open. So who knows about that? When he told me that, I said, well, I'm not using it to run any business other than doing Uber and my own retirement from Social Security. So why should I keep it open? Because if it would cost me $400 just to keep it open, maybe the laws here in Maryland are different than Florida.
Yeah, in
Because you say
Florida.
that if you fill out with zeros,
Yeah, I was going to say in
yeah, you
Florida,
say
it's
if you fill out with zeros,
$150 a year.
you still
150.
keep it live. But here in Maryland, here in Maryland, they kind of closed it. If you don't pay the $400 a year, I mean, they closed the number. I don't know whether I need to apply for a new one. The name and the company is still there, but the number is inactive because I haven't used it since I opened it.
And
So
I don't think
your
anybody can get
your
that
advice
name
would be
either.
very much.
Once it's inactive, I think it's
Well,
a dead
the name,
horse.
yeah. Then the name is related to my last name. So just to disclose it, Estrada Industries, and it would have gone well having the products, put it under that name, Estrada Industries, and then bring ONPASSIVE as the provider of products. But the problem is that I heard some comments that you needed to pay if you had a company. Actually, you need to pay whatever, when it wasn't clear what we were doing. And so I decided to start renaming the accounts that I have for my children. I started to rename several things, and I have access to them because they never accepted them. But your advice is appreciated in saying whether you should revive this name with that number or just maybe try to open a new one. Anybody's input, it'll be appreciated.
Well, in Florida, I know what happens with those numbers and with the name of the business. It dies with the inactivity. That's Florida. But every state could be different. What say you on that one, Don?
Okay, you got it. Oh, it closed it again. Oh, now it's open.
I'd be hesitant to answer that question, Pedro, because I'm not credentialed enough to be able to do so. I don't have that CPA or enrolled agent designation. I kind of generally got an idea of what you're referring to, but once again, I'm not legally authorized to answer a question like that because I'm not credentialed enough. So I certainly apologize in advance.
Okay. No problem. Thank you. I just wanted to know whether you had a similar experience, someone else. I think what I'll do, I am going to insist with my friend to define what would be worth it to open a new one, or because if I have to pay $400 retroactively, it's about 10 years. I'm not willing to do that. It's about maybe 8 years.
So Pedro, this is LaToya, and that's a great thing that you're doing. Go back to your friend and ask again, because over the last 6 months, and I hear that you're in America, right? So this applies to Americans. There has been now all junk fees are now illegal. So if you have ever had to pay like random fees for whatever reason, according to that's not legal anymore. And so if you get back with your friend and look again and inquire again, you could probably say, hey, if it costs $400 to renew this, and then I have to pay this every month, there is like, the President Biden signed something that said like junk fees are like null and void, like everywhere, like airline junk fees, any of those just random fees that they tack on for whatever reason, all of that's gone now. but that's only happened recently. So I'm sure a lot of people don't know that. So if you look into it again and they don't tell you something about like a reduction in junk fees or no junk fees at all, you make sure you bring that up, because that could save you like hundreds of dollars a year. Everybody in America.
Okay. Well, thank you. No, I am a U.S. citizen. I've been for a long time. But
yeah, so you're covered with the
no,
junk. You're covered with the junk fees. So you make sure that if your friend is an expert enough, he might already know this. So you want to definitely bring it up to him first. That's what I would say. Bring it up to him first. Let him know that it's something that is in the law as of today, that junk fees are supposed to be done away with. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good piece of advice. He doesn't know that I am involved with ONPASSIVE anyway. I haven't disclosed because there hasn't been income yet. So it hasn't been a need. But now that it's going to be a need, I guess I'm going to be more forceful in asking him to tell me exactly what I need to pay for the years that I have had it inactive. If I need to, you don't pay every month; you pay every year $400 just to have a company open here in Maryland.
Could I offer what I feel is a good piece of advice? I would go right to the state office that handles this. That's what I did with one of Lynn's when she was an LLC, and they will advise you properly. In other words, they'll tell you A, you have to get a new one, or B, you have to pay retroactive fees, and I don't think that'll fly. It's probably going to be you either have to get a new one, or they'll reestablish that one with no extra fees. But I wouldn't think they'd do that. But I would go to the state. That's what I've done when I don't know an answer to something and it's state regulated. I go right to that office in Tallahassee, Florida, and ask. That way, you're going to get.
Okay, yeah.
You're not going to be fighting City Hall. Like if you get advice from Joe Blow accountant, and Joe Blow really doesn't know what the current law is, that could be a problem.
You're right. I think that is the best advice, because I try to go. I have to go to Baltimore, like an hour away, but I went looking for the office with not enough time, so I abandoned the idea. But I think that you have a point there. It's better to ask directly to them, because if there's been any updates in the law or whatever, or if I have to pay retroactively, and it'll be a better idea to open a new one. So I would get it directly from them. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Thank you so much. That one is good advice, Rob.
Well, that's going to the experts, and the experts are the people that do the law, and they do the law. So,
and going in person is good too. You can get lost in a phone tree if you call them. So sounds like you had planned on going there anyway. So make sure that, if you get a chance to talk with them, you do it in face-to-face. That will get so many doors open for you. I tell you, that's my job. That's what I do. So trust me. Talk to people in person and you can get a long way. Mm-hmm. With the state, especially, because you know how they are.
Okay, any other hands or any other comments? Pedro, do you want to continue? Go ahead. Okay, because your hand was up and I didn't want to overlook anybody.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm going to take it down. I am done.
Okay, Mel, go ahead, please. Mel.
Thank you. With the BIN, Business Identification Number, as in Canada, I don't know if the States has the same, but can you get, if you already have a business number and knowing that ONPASSIVE is coming with apples whenever, can you get a sub number attached to a business number? I don't know. I'm just asking. If you already have a government BIN, can you get another number or just one number will do? business number which is associated to the tax.
I would, if it was me, and it's not, but if it was me, I would once again go right to the
Sounds
government agency and say, "Hey, I got a BIN, I got an EIN. Do I need them both? Do I need just one or the other? What do I need?" And they'll tell you.
okay.
That's
Okay.
what I would do. That way, you're not taking any chances on bad advice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit wise idea. Thank you. Merci
Oh,
beaucoup.
the conservatism in me is coming out tonight. Oh my God. My parents are turning over in their grave that I'm not liberal enough on these issues. I just feel it's good to err on the side of safety. And since, this is all new, a company like OnPassive has never started out with
Yeah.
this many people and this much funds going around the world for different LLCs, different partnerships, different corporations. So this is, as Ash said the other day, this is uncharted territory. Truly is.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. And that's all I have as far as questions. And I'm getting myself good. I'm on a roll. I don't have the money, but I'm already getting myself prepared. Thank you.
Of course. All right, who wants to go next, or are we going to go ahead and wrap her up?
I think you're trying to come in, but I think his network is weak because I just tried to make him a speaker and I couldn't. Didn't work.
Well, keep trying. Let's go to, in the meantime, let's go to Israel and speak to Miss Fire herself.
I want to say we are a good family, good brains, coming together, give one each other the tips. We are still will continue doing it in the future, and it will. And we, as Rob says always, one help another. We are help to all of us. So this is the way on passive do it. We give one each other tips for what we are doing, and we learn one from each other. And I believe Ash thinking for us for a solution for those things also. And in one of the webinar, or he will come and will say some words about that too. I believe he has something to say.
Well, my gut
And we
feeling
have to
is
wait.
this is
And
going
I
to be
have to, and we have to wait. We don't have to jump before we see something. We have to wait and to be very careful what we with the steps what that we are doing. Not to be with things have to be with the thought before. So before you do something, think and don't just jump and before the carriage we call it in Hebrew. So it's good to take to speak about accounting, what we are going to do, open your bank account, go to somebody to advise you. But on the real time, you have to prepare yourself. But in the real time, you know exactly what to do because we are a lot of people here. Some of them are already work in accounting or know how to do or how to manage, and they will bring us the best advices, I believe.
all right. Good advice. Good advice. Let's. Did anyone else want to bring a little more to the table, or have we beat this one up pretty good? I think the wait and see is actually best. I mean, I've often thought that, not often, but every now and then, I think maybe Lynn and I put the cart, before the horse, like Carmela's saying. Yeah, the horse is in front of the cart, but uh, I just wanted to be prepared, and it didn't cost that much money to do. It was $150, $250 to do the corporation, so I felt okay with it. But I think it's in everybody's interest to get all the facts first before you react. And you'll feel better about things in the end. Like I say, no, I don't feel that any of us here are going to be instant millionaires. I don't care what anybody says. I think it's going to take time for the apples to flow quite the way maybe all of us would like them to. So, uh, will there be $10,000 the first month? I don't know. Will there be 200? Yeah, that's realistic. And speaking for myself with one account, I made $240. So I'm not exactly setting the world on fire here. So,
Well, Rob, did you forget? It's hurry up and wait. You know that.
no,
Come
I
on.
didn't forget. That's what I live my life. Hurry up and wait from the military.
Okay,
So
so we
nothing has
just got to
changed.
do it. We just got to do it.
That's right.
But at least you're prepared, right? At least you're prepared. So when the wait is over, okay?
That's right. Well, it looks like Mayor came in, and it looks like he's at work at the pharmacy. We were talking about the effects of the business that we're in with regard to taxation. I don't know what the rules or regulations are in India, but maybe you could tell us. We'd like to know.
Um, uh, Very good evening to all of you. Good night. It's morning. Morning is there. So, in India, there is taxation new rules in 2017 is GST is coming. Um, Most of the time, as there is say about that GST, what the GST is, and
Speak louder. We don't hear you.
okay, okay. Um,
Okay.
Yes, GST is good. Service tax is there. So GST in our field in pharmacy 12%, 18% is good tax. Good on when you sell the goods, you pay the taxes. Difference between the sales and purchase. So there is just one tax, and the income tax is there. So whenever you in 5 million, so 5 lakhs in calculation, there is no taxes for a person who get the salary from their businesses or their from company any. So uh, there are slabs are there in income. 5 up to 5 lakhs there is no taxes. 7.5 lakhs there is some 10% taxes, and above than that, about 10 lakhs there is 30% slab is there. So when you earn about 10 lakhs, there is 11 lakhs in year. So you pay the 30,000, and in dollar, I think is 100, $300 is there. So 300 to $400 is paying for 11 lakhs. So some of the slab is there. My father is also in accountant. He's done their job for 25 years in MIDC and Development Corporation. So he always say that pay their taxes, but by some time we are unable to pay at the time. But some of in late fee will be there, so we pay taxes at much at right time. So okay, thank you, sir. Rob, sir.
Thank you for that. It seems like you mentioned 10, 15%. That seems a little low based on our standards here. Is that, would you consider that low, or do you consider that that's just the way it is and it's
Yes, we compare with the US, there is low taxes is there. Our PM is giving most of time that foreign investment is coming.
It's so cheap. I can't live in India.
Oh, yes, yes. So,
All right, we already got somebody getting on a plane to India here.
yes, yes. But some of the when some people going to the US, they pay the taxes at their currency and their rules. So, but when you come to the India, and it's called as NRI, so they pay taxes as much low for as compared to the US. Um, I say US has most of the countries has uh, big slab is there. So 50%, 40%. I heard about from my friends that we have pay only 10%, 30% is max to max, and above than those are 100 millions in income. Those are big businesses. They pay their taxes by getting some diversification in businesses. So they somehow some uh, they diversify, so they get low taxes in India. But some in cryptocurrency, here is no ban in India, but they last 2 years they give some 30% cut. So if I get $300 from cryptocurrency, so 30% will be deducted from our side to the government. So is it clear?
All right, thank you, Mayur. That's good information there, and there's probably several people maybe heading to India. I don't know. Francis has said in the past that the taxes in sunny Singapore are decent too, in that bracket. So I don't know. People that are in New York and in California maybe thinking about moving their operation wherever. What say you, John? I kind of caught that.
I was saying we're more like 33 1/3%, not 15.
Florida, man, Florida.
Well, there's something to be said about moving to those bigger cities, or you can Google a list of the, most wealthiest, or where the most, millionaires live. There's a lot of money in India, so that's good. That's a good place to go.
I'm here.
Singapore is another very incredibly wealthy place. Yeah, Germany, I also heard, is a good place. There's a lot of wealth there. Places in America like San Francisco and New York. So if you're not there in those places, that's where big money players are. So, visiting, doing business, I have a friend, she's from South Africa, but I knew her here in America, and she owns property in Mexico. They go visit it all times a year. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, wouldn't I love to own property in another country? I would totally do that. Singapore, Hyderabad, Egypt, anywhere that we could go, you can have the connections there through ONPASSIVE. So yeah, I mean, encouraging people to move, go live internationally, even if it's only temporary, or even part of the year. It's definitely good to be thinking about how you're also going to branch out, because I didn't know if Ash mentioned it the other day, but our network is our network is our net worth. So think about what our network is and what our network worth is going to be. And so how do you work that to your advantage by, following up on your personal connections, your family connections. We're just family. We just live overseas. We're just doing our thing for a little while, coming to visit you, do a little business while we're there. And if I'm not mistaken, and please somebody correct me if I'm wrong, if you have yourself situated as a business, as a trust, as a something or other, like some professionally based official business, that if you travel, you can probably write it off as like a business expense. So even if you're on vacation, if you are on vacation, technically that's business for you. Is that true? Can anybody tell me? I know, at least I know in America, that's what I think I heard. So another good reason to just get up and go too.
Rob, you're muted. I can't hear you.
I'm muted. Moses.
We didn't hear anything you just said. You have to start all over.
That was totally unimportant. What I was going to say is either Paul or Pedro can go. Whoever had their hand up first, please. Pedro, were you going to add anything to what you were saying?
Well, I was going to ask a question that I was listening, and I don't have an answer for what she just asked, but so I was waiting. Maybe someone wanted to respond to that. But what I wanted to add is John mentioned that it's best to have uploaded your picture to your device before you do anything. What does that mean? Does that mean that you have to change your profile picture?
Come on. Oh, no. I was talking about your photo ID. You don't have to do anything to your photo in your profile of OES or anything like that. It's simply that while you do a withdrawal, at some point you have to show your official government ID or whatever it might be, and it needs to have your photo on your ID. Like, for example, I used my driver's license, which has my photo on it. So you just want to, whatever your ID is, it should be government issued and having a photo. You just upload that to your device that you're doing your withdrawal on, and then you put it on there. When they tell you, they take you step by step. At some point, they'll say, time to upload the photo, and you just browse through your photos, but it's got to be on your device.
Got it. Yeah. I got it now. Yeah. I was worried about changing my profile. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. All clear.
All right. Thank you, Pedro. Thank you, John. And over to Paul, please.
All right. Thank you, Rob. Lynn. Good evening, guys, everyone. That voice, can you hear me good? Because I'm using something new. Oh, great.
You're
Excellent.
audible.
It's working. Beautiful. Though that voice sounds familiar. I couldn't see who was speaking, but that voice sounded really familiar from a webinar I used to attend last year. And she disappeared from the webinar. But who was speaking, that female voice? I couldn't tell who it was. Was it Cynthia?
Latoya.
Paul is Latoya. Were you talking about deep dive? Yeah.
Yeah, deep dive. I don't see your picture here, so you maybe you are somewhere you're somewhere in the background.
Yeah,
okay, great. Good to hear. Good to hear.
I'm always here. Yeah, I actually the reason why I stopped coming to deep dive is because OConnect was troublesome for me. I had a hard time getting on anything really. Actually, today is just the first day. It's actually working really good. So yeah.
Okay, fine, excellent. Well, about you guys look like you were talking about where you want to move to, or the best place or a good place to move to. I think that must have been the topic. One thing I love about the United States is freedom of speech, and that is big, very big on my agenda, way up there. So that is very, very attractive. I wouldn't go to certain countries. I'm scared of going to England. I don't even want to go to England the way they they have cracked down on freedom of speech. That it is so big and important to me. So that is one thing I love about the United States. And I hope the Supreme Court just reins in those people that are trying to tear it down. So I love it here. I love Florida. It's very attractive. Um, so I don't know where I would move to. I don't know what country I'd put ahead of the United States, telling the real truth, if I had my choice. I just don't see it right now. Florida or Texas. I mean, I love Texas. I lived there before. It was fascinating. Great place to be. Florida is looking really attractive. So Rob and Lynn get in a whole other little space right next to you. Maybe coming on down soon.
All right, come on down.
Beautiful.
Over to Carmela. Go ahead, Carmela.
I made a small research now in Google. I write down which is the cheapest country pay taxes. And I find out that there are 17 islands, which they are the black islands of the black money. We're not going to be there. We want to pay taxes. Ash Mufara wants this company to be legal. We get a lot of money and we will pay. We don't work hard for that money. Why not to pay? Pay and live good. Don't be afraid to pay. If you get money, it means you have to pay money. That's how it goes. You get, you pay. You don't get, you don't pay. So why not to pay? We can pay. Don't worry. I will be happy to have a lot of money and to give to the government too. I'm happy to spread my abundance with our community.
All right. That works for me.
I want to be a legal person. I don't want somebody to run after me. You did that, you did that. Why? I need a quiet life.
Pedro, go ahead, Pedro.
Yeah, I share with the sentiments of Carmela, not being afraid to pay. We're trying to help humanity in general. So governments having money, they can do better. However, using the laws to get the breaks that are allowable, that is a perfectly fine thing to do. Just wanted to share.
Yeah, I like that idea. Let the government makes the rules, and if we can use the rules to our benefit, God bless us. I agree, 100%. I think that's what you were getting at, Pedro. Pat, Dorothy, go ahead, Dorothy.
I think Melanie was before me.
Okay, let's go to Mel.
Okay, Camilla, I followed you and I looked up tax-free countries. Well, my island is one of them, but guess who is in there who's big? In a tax-free country, the UAE, United Arab Emirates, is tax-free. Wow. So that's where I'll go.
Well, there you go. The eyes have it. Next up, UAE.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Now I was just looking it up when Camilla said that, and it's one of those. I'm surprised. Wow. Lots of nice places in there that are tax free. Okay. And the Switzerland as well. Swiss. Okay. I just wanted to share. And I see Georgia, Rob. It says Georgia is another one, tax rate? Georgia?
Georgia, as in the United States?
Well, it just says Georgia. I don't know Georgia where, but it just says
Georgia in the United States has got taxes. They don't
Okay.
have a state income tax. And Florida doesn't have a state income tax.
Oh, okay. Wow.
But there's taxes. The corporations pay taxes there, just like they do here in Florida.
Okay. Singapore, there's many countries. Wow, nice.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Francis is after us to come to Singapore. I don't know. I think Paul made a very good point. There's nothing like the United States of America. I mean, the freedoms here, do we pay a lot extra for freedom, some certain freedoms? Yeah, likely so. But I don't know of any country that's better than the United States to be a citizen in. Why are so many people coming here from all over the world still as a melting pot if this wasn't such a good place to be? And by the way, I gave up my presidency at the Chamber of Commerce, so I have no horse in this race at all.
Well, I am a very proud American. I'm incredibly patriotic, and it's. I think that we can look at it as it doesn't have to be an either or. It could be an and. We can do this and that. But I actually, Rob, and I'm going to disagree with you. I actually would prefer to go to Singapore because I don't know about you, but the way I am, I like very strict rules. And sometimes in America, our rules are loosey goosey. But in Singapore, their rules are very strict. And when you're right and you know what you're wrong. And you want to be sure.
In Singapore. Don't
okay, or don't chew gum, or don't do what that young man did back in the day. What did he do? Some kid, no, he wasn't a kid. He was an adult, but he was a young adult. Did something, broke a rule there, and one of the punishments there was he got caned. Does anybody remember that? The young man who got caned in Singapore, and everybody in America he was an American, and everybody was freaking out about it. And I was like, he broke the rules there. Like, what did he expect to happen? But you don't break rules, right? So I kind of think that we get a lot away with a lot, and so I'm definitely staying in America. I'm in Seattle, and if anybody wants to have a good place in America to go, come here. I'm trying to convince Ash to make this like another American-based high-tech city because we have all the resources out here to do that. So Seattle's a good place to be. That's where I am now. But definitely Singapore has always been on my bucket list since I was a kid. So. And you go there and you can and it's just like Dubai. Their rules are very, very strict too. And a child can walk around very safely by themselves at night in both of those places. I would not, right, want to do that here with my children. So yeah, so I think it could be an and situation. We can do that and this or this and that. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate the freedom of speech and everything, but I also kind of want to just be like, let me pay my taxes, y'all leave me alone, and let me do what I want. I'm like Carmela, we just pay it, leave us alone. Don't look at me, don't come after me, don't try to do an investigation, just tell me what I have to pay, let me pay it, and let me get on with my, lavish life, like our CEO said.
All right. Was it, Lynn, was it Mayor or Paul or Pat? Okay, folks, who was it first? Was it you, Pat? All right, let's do ladies
I don't know.
first. We can't go wrong with ladies first. Go ahead, Pat.
Okay. I was wondering, when you give to charities, you can use that for a tax write-off on your taxes, and that's part of the tax code. I'm wondering if when we give to ONPASSIVE to to help humanity, if that's also going to be a tax write-off. It doesn't really matter one way or another, but I'm still going to do it. But I'm just curious. It's kind of like what you said, Rob, about if there's benefits offered, you know, you need to take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah. If donating to OBLESS will get us a tax write-off, I'm in there. You know, I want
That's
to
what I
see the
was wondering.
structure of
I
OBLESS
believe,
first.
I believe, sorry that I'm interrupting. I believe the OBLES will be the tax going out. Ashmu Farah think about everything. He's a smart person. I believe in him. Don't worry. Be happy.
I'm
I was
trying
just
not to
curious. I
worry.
mean, I'm going to give anyway, but I just thought I'd ask just in case, you know, if that had been, if that question had ever been asked or whatever from Ash. So
All right. We'll get a little more information on that.
thank you.
Okay. All right. Was it Paul or Mayor next? Go ahead, Mayor. Is that all right, Paul? We'll just have him go. Go ahead,
Uh,
Mayor.
in India, we paid taxes, and the government giving the most of the facility to those are below poverty level, and where some cooking gases giving to the poverty below the poverty level people by paying we pay the taxes, income tax, GST tax, so they get that money and utilize for the those people are not affordable. Okay, some those are like Rob sir is in military army, so most of uh, those are in 15 years uh, work in army and some navy kind of employee, government employee. Uh, they give, after that retirement, they give pension to that people for the rest of the life. After they if they are died, given to the wife for the his his wife, so for giving a lifetime pension scheme for the those are in army, navy, air force. So that paid taxes amount is given to that people for pensioning, after that giving service to the nation for the 15 years. If they that scheme also is there. Some government employees are those are in central government, state government. So they paid when our paid taxes money is given to the as a pensioning scheme. Some and last month, last quarter month, that uh, India has a record for the GST collection from December. They 1,64,00,000 1.64 lakh crore paid by the Indian entrepreneur or most of GST taxes. So it is a record. Um, by some after day by day, they will be increased and giving more money to the government. So they will provide facility in coming year, and after the ONPASSIVE coming, um, in $1 we get 83 rupees, and 80 times is there. Okay, so that money will be if after years in 2025 we'll get some $1,000 maybe. So in year I mean we get that money if $1,000, it is much more because $1,000 is someone's 1 year salary also in India, only $1,000, because I know in US $1,000 is not much more. It is somehow some money is there. So, but in India, $1,000 is big. So, getting $1,000 to the founding members in India, it is much more. Get some bonuses in last 3 years or 2 years. So, when getting money from the on-passive founding member, they will paid higher taxes. No, all peoples or founding members in 6 lakh peoples are in from India, I guess. So they they highlighting to the government. So who is there? Who are there? Pay the higher taxes. So on-passive people are going to be highlighted in coming years. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Mayur. Excellent. Excellent. Let's go to Paul.
All right. Well, you know, they say people vote with their feet, right? And if you check, if you check the foot pattern in the United States the past, what, 5, 10 years, the blue states of New York, California, Illinois have all been losing some very, very important people. I think since the pandemic, New York City lost 300,000 high income earners. And so their tax base keep getting eroded, but they don't want to change their policies. And it's really quite strange. and now they're exchanging those high income earners with folks that, you know, really are just, you know, I mean, who knows if they're going to be here after this year is over. But it's I mean, the foot traffic can't be wrong. There's a reason why folks are moving to Florida and Georgia, Tennessee, Texas, South Dakota. Nobody's moving to, I mean, you know, so there's a lesson there. There's a lesson there why that's happening. And, you know, just pay attention to the foot traffic. That is a message, and it's quite clear. So we can make money in New York, but some of the policies here are just really, I mean, some of the rules that they're passing are just like, is this China York? Or I mean, I don't. I mean, some of the policies like you can grab somebody off the street and take them away, no judge, no jury, no trial. They're a health emergency, and the government can just pick them up. I mean, I just can't get over that. And one court overturned a law. They appealed to the appeals court. The appeals court reinstated it. So right now it's a law in the books until it gets to the Supreme Court. So with laws like those, I mean, it just boggles my mind how intelligent people could pass a law like that. Just grab somebody off the street and never see them again. So,
Paul, what I was going to say is that you know, we have been historically focusing on those, you know, high income earners and areas that they live in. But check this out, though, with the income that we're going to be getting in, you can be your own economy in your own local area. So, for example, I live near Seattle, Tacoma area, but I live in a very small town, about an hour away from Seattle, about 30 minutes away from Tacoma. Very small town, and I'm from small towns in Tennessee. So I'm used to living in a place where you know your neighbors and you go to the same store and you see the same people. And so when we come in with our income that we're going to be getting on the return on our investment for ONPASSIVE, we will be, just by our very presence in some of these smaller communities, you know, it's like being a big fish in a small pond versus a small fish in a big pond. Like, I plan on staying here where I am. I'm not moving closer to the city. I'm not moving to any other cities. So I'm staying here in my small town because I can know that I can do the very best good for the people who live around me. Because I also have been very involved with politics for quite a long time, but mostly locally. I don't really focus too much on national, federal politics because I focus more on like who your city council is or who your county commissioners are, and you know, those people who make laws locally for you that affect you every day. So we have, if you stay in your local area and if you see things that are, you know, that are wrong and are messed up, you know, you can start getting involved in like local politics. You can start talking to elected officials. I mean, of course, I've been doing that, so I'm going to continue to do that, you know, and hopefully on a bigger scale. But yeah, I'm hear what you're exactly saying. That's why I was telling Rob, I'm like, it's okay here. It's okay. Because of things, there have been people in power for so long and they just do things and they don't make sense. Even the laws here in the state of Washington sometimes don't make any sense to me, but I like it here. Like my neighbors are great. The local business owners in my community are great. And I do my best to support them here when I, just living as a regular person with a regular income. But I mean, I'm going to be, I don't know what you say about it, everybody, but I'm going to be using my money to bless the people like in my neighborhood. I have a friend, she runs one of the best Italian restaurants here in the area. She's always hiring for people. They're always looking for people to hire. Well, I can do all kinds of good for her, and her food's the bomb. And so then she's a business owner, so she has her own connections through the business. I mean, I think her husband is is he a game warden for the state? So just by helping her out, it helps ease some stress for her, makes things a little bit, less, tight, around the edges for her. And I look forward to being able to help her. I look forward to be able to help my chiropractor. He's great. I look forward to helping my doctor. Like, we have a very good local clinic here, and I look forward to doing what I can to help them. They have boards here. You can be on the board of your clinic here. So all kinds of different opportunities for you to create your own little economy in the place where you're living, doing all kinds of things. Just going to local businesses and like, do you need to take a load off in this area? What's your marketing budget like? Why don't you let me help you pay for that marketing budget? Or, So anyway, I'm rambling. I should have been gone. Sorry. But I like this. I like being able to, kind of share like the details of things, because like I said, I think we have a very lofty goal, but that goal has to start with like steps. And I love the fact that we are having a chance to talk about those specific steps, because I missed the Omino show yesterday where Ash was on and he was talking about those very things. So I'm glad to be able to get a chance to talk with you today. That's why I'm rambling on about it. But I'm gone for a grill now. See you later.
All
Good night,
right,
everybody.
adios to you. We're all going to be going adios here directly, if that's okay. We're going to have final thoughts, please, if that's okay. We're up against, as they say in TV world, a hard break, 3.5 hours. So is that are you agreeing with me, John? Or are you telling me you want to stay? Oh, you want to wrap it? Okay, I got you. All right. Who has any final comments? And keep them short, please.
And don't forget, we're going to do another picture.
Oh, how could we forget?
No, you'll not let you forget.
I think Don has.
Gosh.
Let's do it now while everybody's here. Mohammed Ashraf Ansari, you want to come on camera for a little while, Mohammed? Mohammed Ashraf Ansari. You got to turn your camera on if you want to be in it.
If you want to be in it to win it, turn that camera on.
And Cynthia, come to the camera, Cynthia Deering. Cynthia. Here she comes. Here she is. Cynthia's here.
Ta-da.
Yeah, I want you to be in the picture. All right? I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to take Dawn is back. Yay. She has the time to turn her camera on. You can do I love you. You guys all learned that the other night. Hearts, peace. What else? Thumbs up. Hello. Goodbye. Anything. All right. Don, are you coming to the camera? Don and BL. Yay, they're here. Okay, very nice. Okay, everybody come up close to the camera. Don't be too far. You got to come close. Yeah, that's the name of the game there. I will say 1, 2, 3. Okay, are you guys ready?
Ready.
Ready? Okay.
Ready.
1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see how it came out. Beautiful. I'm going to put it in the chat, all right? The RobLynnLive messenger chat. It came out really nice.
I know things are getting heated up in the RobLynn Live chat. I just took a peek over there.
Uh-oh.
That's why you don't find me in the chat.
I like peace.
You better get over there then if you're the peacemaker. All right, anybody else want to go, or are we all going to just go?
I think we're good.
All right, the goes have it, so we're going to go. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, back up the bus.
Mel's here.
Mel is going to wrap it up for us. Go ahead, Mel.
Thank you. No, just quickly, I just wanted to show a sample, an example of my picture, like the driver's license. But it's not a driver's license. It actually says at the back, it's not a driver's license, but it's a government ID.
You can
Very
use
good
that
idea.
for ONPASSIVE as well. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my picture about, not my passport, but this one.
Yeah, you're good to go.
That's
Well,
all.
all righty, we're going to try this again tomorrow. 12 o'clock, we'll be on with Friday's event, which will be, it's Fabulous Friday tomorrow. Fabulous Friday. And then tomorrow night, we're going to be talking dreaming bigger. Ash keeps mentioning we're not dreaming big enough. So we're going to talk about getting our ducks in a row and dreaming a little bigger tomorrow night. I don't know if I can dream any bigger, but I'm going to try. I'll try.
That's a good topic.
Well,
Food for
thank you.
thought. Something for you
Thank
guys
you.
to think about before we come tomorrow night and talk about it.
All right, everybody. It's been fun. Thanks for being here. There's still 50 people in the chat. Amazing. Amazing. So we're very grateful to those 50 or so, and to all of you guys for jumping on the panel. It means a lot to us.
Thank you so much.
Don't forget
I am going to check that out. I'm going to check that out for you, what's required for a cash withdrawal in Canada.
Don't save the chat, Lynn. Don't forget.
Oh, there you go. Carmelo said she'd warn you about that.
About what?
Save the chat.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
It's like save the dogs. Save the chat.
Reminders are always welcome, especially for me, the one who's forgetful. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody, for being here, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.
Good night, everybody. Love you all. Hope you all have a great night.
Thank you. Good night.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, Carmelo.
Take
Thanks,
care.
everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.